Check, check. Welcome to your Friday. Let's do this. Cotter and Marshall Show. Get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen to the show. Download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. Also the website, rock1061.com. Marshall, I don't know if I really need coffee this morning because I had the ever-loving crap scared out of me as soon as I got to the parking lot this morning.
Okay.
All right, so we got the white rock truck that's not been wrapped yet sitting out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So I go to pull to the right side and pull into that parking spot there. And I turn in, and my headlight goes right to the face of a lady who is sitting there right by the station vehicle, like on the edge of the parking lot. And I mean, I slam on my brakes, scare the crap out of me. She's literally a deer in headlights, thinking I'm going to run right into her.
Right.
So I back out and I move, but I'm like, holy crap. I don't think she was a homeless person. There's a restaurant right next to us that I believe is open extra late.
Okay.
I just think she was incredibly hammered.
Okay, so you woke up and almost killed someone.
Not almost, well, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But
So you're like a murderer in training on a Friday.
No.
Good for
No.
you. Good for you, man. I mean, like, I'm glad you're getting it out now as opposed to, like, getting pulled out of the radio station at a later time. No, actually, better question. Did you actually just kill her and you just made up that last part?
no, that's totally not the case.
Okay, and that's what I wanted you to say. Police officers, police, medics, firefighters. Cotter did not kill anyone.
Mm-mm.
Just to be clear, there's definitely not a dead body in our parking lot.
No, there's not. Because if I would have hit her, she would have rolled down into the ravine.
Right. So if there's a dead body down there, not yours.
No, it's not mine.
And there's also a giant trash can in front of our building because they're doing our roof right now.
That's true.
If there's a dead body in there, definitely not the person Cotter killed either.
So yeah, that went exactly how I hoped it would go. So there you go. Thank you for that this morning.
I just wanted to clear it up for you.
Okay, thanks. That's fantastic. All right, so sad news. Last night, Digital Underground lead singer Shock G, probably better known as Humpty Hump to most of us, was found dead in a hotel in Tampa. Humpty Dance, I think, obviously the claim to fame for him and for Digital Underground, but he introduced the world to Tupac. mean, Tupac was a part of Digital Underground.
I really didn't know this until reports came out last night, and I was like, oh, I just had no idea.
There's a really horrible movie, I want to say late 80s, starring Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. I can't think what it's called right now, but Digital Underground make a guest appearance in it, and yeah, Tupac's in the back. Huh. They sing a song in the movie, and Tupac's there. Shock G produced several of Tupac's first songs. He produced stuff for Dr. Dre. He produced stuff for Prince. I mean,
he's kind of a big deal.
No
one knew.
Right. You knew the one song, but the guy did so much more to that, and unfortunately passed away. I don't know why yet. Doesn't look like there was trauma involved. They're going to do the autopsy thing, but unfortunate news to wake up to here on a Friday. That kind of.
Did he go out the way of Prince? Did he like low D?
I don't know. They don't know yet. Huh. So they're going to do the autopsy. You'll find out more. But Shock G, Digital Underground, Humpty Hump.
It's been a bad month. You got Black Rob, DMX, and now Shock G.
It's not good. Oof. All right. So coming up on the show today, we're going to lift everybody's spirits. We're going to be joined by Mitch Steele of New Realm. When it comes to IPAs, this is the guy. I'm kind of nervous. You mentioned it yesterday. Kind of nervous because every time we talk to anybody, I went to Habersham, on Habersham, talked to Jeff, bearded gentleman. And I told him, man, Marshall are interviewing Mitch Steele tomorrow. And he's like, oh, wow. That's a deal. I'm like, way to pile it on, Jeff. Thanks.
Well, I got an email about 10:30 last night. Mitch is not like driving himself even in. His marketing
driver?
Yeah, he's got like a marketing person, and they emailed me like, I'll be driving Mitch in for the interview tomorrow. I'm like, it's 10:30, and sure thing, absolutely, see you then. I'm like, all right, cool.
Wow.
Here's the thing: we've done a research. I think we're ready.
I think we're ready
for this one.
We'll only make half fools of ourselves. Get the Fire Away Friday. Oscars are coming up on Sunday. I really thought there'd be more rock artists that somehow got an Oscar nomination. There's not.
What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, Trent Reznor. So we got 9 Inch Nails for you to pick from. The Perfect Drug. Jared Leto, of course, won an Oscar for acting. So we've got 30 Seconds to Mars. And I'm like, there's got to be somebody else. There's you two. That's it. I figured somewhere, somehow.
Not The Cure,
nothing.
And Depeche Mode didn't even get one in there?
No. So U2 Vertigo is the third choice.
Interesting.
Guessing that won't win.
No.
9 Inch Nails is kicking everybody's ass right now.
It's a good song.
Keep that in mind. I'm going to talk LeVar Burton and Jeopardy. Taking your calls today. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work. That's going to happen at 7. And, of course, about last night, Mayweather Paul. It's back on. Because we needed that in our lives. If you're going to have a wedding, make sure you get approval on the venue location before you invite guests over. And we've got an update about PlayStation Video Pass. So that's coming up here in just a bit. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Welcome to it. Offspring, Let the Bad Times Roll. Rock 106.1.
Morning, guys. Morning, Charles on the Twitch this morning. Oh. Old people don't like the change. I deeply felt that comment. Well, good for you guys. Look, I mean, it's a Friday and you're trying out new stuff. I mean, I can't even do that. Kudos to you for challenging yourself this early in the morning. Yeah, I saw you parked in a different spot this morning. I just thought you came in hot.
No,
I didn't want to park right next to those vehicles. You said that brake didn't go where you wanted to go. Where did you want that to go?
Not having me be accused of murder, but
right.
that's all. But no, I pull in and she was literally just sitting there and she was kind of huddled up, leaning up against the station vehicle. And I pulled in and she looked up and her eyes got all wide and I was like, oh shit. I stopped and I pulled back out and I just parked where I did because I was like, sure. And then I looked out later and she was not there. Nothing But Trouble, Wanda. There you go. That's the movie. That Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase. It is a horrible movie.
So Humpty Hump's in that movie, huh?
Yeah, they're all in it. So it's this weird little community, and Dan Aykroyd I think he plays multiple characters, and he's like the judge. And it's like, every typical, I mean, it's not a typical movie, but every stereotypical movie, like, you go through that small community of the Deep South where the judge and cop and lawyers are all related to each other. It's that kind of scenario. So they pull people in and they basically just railroad them on charges. And Digital Underground got pulled over for something. They end up in front of the judge, played by Dan Aykroyd. And I want to say they performed Same Song. I think that's what it was. But yeah, Tupac's in that.
So my buddy Paulie actually posted something in regards to that scene, the Nothing But Trouble scene.
Okay.
And he goes, I love this movie and cameo. The version of Humpty was actually played by Shock G's brothers, Kent.
Really? I didn't know that.
They did this on stage every now and again as well.
That's funny. I had no idea.
Yeah, as soon as you brought that up, I'm like, hey, my friend just posted something about that. That's weird.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Happy Friday. Get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All right, let's dive right in. Story number one about last night. Something we talked about yesterday, the PlayStation Plus Video Pass. Now, information was leaked about this new feature to the PlayStation Poland website. It was quickly pulled down. However, Sony has now confirmed that the PlayStation Plus Video Pass will be a trial service running in Poland for a year. It's going to offer 21 movies, TV shows, no extra cost to PS Plus subscribers, and it's going to come in the form of an app on the PS4 and PS5.
It's interesting because it's just in Poland right now, but it seems like this thing is going to expand and expand very quickly to other countries because it doesn't exactly quite make sense for Poland to be the only recipient of this for real. I mean, like, I guess they probably want to start off with one country to see how it works, to see how the back end is looking. But I mean, I think eventually, probably over the summertime, I think probably everyone, probably the U.S. because we're one of the largest, will get this as well as kind of a free service, which is kind of cool.
Now, looking at the list of the 21 movies, if it is a free service, cool, throw whatever movies you want. But if this is going to be a extra paid service, they're going to have to step it up. And I'm hoping this may be just a list of trial movies. Because, I mean, I don't know. I'm not too excited about most of them. And then there's only like 6 TV shows, and I've heard of like 2 of them. The options are pretty light, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I actually, when I was doing the prep for this story, I actually just deleted all the ones I didn't know, and I think I knew 2. So, Community seasons 1 through 6, and SWAT were the 2 shows I think I kind of sort of remembered. Now, the movies aren't bad. You got Venom, Blade Runner 2049, Jumanji, The Next Level, which was the second movie. Apparently, there's going to be 4 in that series, but this is kind of cool. I just hope it hits the U.S. side of things because I would love another way to watch free movies and free TV shows for something I already pay for.
Now, they did say they would switch out titles every 3 months or so, no extra charge. And yeah, no word on when it expands, but I agree with you, man. This is a test run. You're going to see this everywhere. And it wouldn't surprise me before the end of the year if this is something they offer in the United States. All right, coming up next, I'm going to tell you about a couple that got married in Florida. Pro tip. Just get the okay of the owner of the venue you want to have the wedding at prior to getting married. Stories coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Rock 106.1, hello.
What's going on? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Hey, man, if they keep it in Poland, it's closer for the Russians to hack. They got to try out the security features first.
You know what?
Cybersecurity attacks.
That's not a bad idea or a bad theory on that.
You're probably right.
That's why you got Friday Brian every Friday night. Next year Olympics, figuring out the methodology of why we've got, the PS4 in Poland only.
Hey, I mean, before the show even started, I'm like, dude, if we don't have this guy chiming in, and fucking laying it out for us.
We'll be lost.
We would be lost. The show wouldn't be the show, and that's why you're an integral piece of the show. We said that from day one, haven't we, Cotter?
Day one.
Day one, man.
So here we go with the expanded Beer Olympics. We got to start doing like an every Friday event, like, Chug Fest Friday at a certain brewery.
Okay.
Or Chug Fest and a free Uber ride home.
Are all the events just Chug Fest, just in different places?
No, well, they could be. That could be one event, and then like a second event would be Go Topless Thursday and Chug It Down.
Okay. So Chug Fest, just different parts of clothing not being there.
I mean, we
could set up different venues everywhere.
You could do. We could do Flippy Cup. You could do like a Stein hoisting event.
Yeah.
I mean, there are options. There are different events we can host.
Yeah. You could go swimming in 39-degree weather in Savannah and chug a beer.
Yes. You're on brand.
While swimming.
Yes. Excellent. Yeah. What are you doing this morning?
Barely naked ladies Tuesdays. I mean, we can have a lot of fun with this.
Dude, we're having a lot of fun. It's awesome.
So Barely Naked Lady Tuesdays would be all the fat girls in Savannah.
Yes.
What do you think, Cotter?
I'm in.
I think so. But I think we could develop the whole Beer Olympics thing and, kind of you guys could go syndicated with it. Who knows?
Perfect. Well, we'll run it by our lawyers. We'll get back to you, dude. But I think it sounds like a good idea.
Run it by the lawyers.
It's just that lady sitting out in the parking lot. She's a lawyer.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Is that the stalker in the parking lot or what?
I don't think we've achieved stalker
No.
status yet. So I don't think. I literally just think she was drunk because she hung out at Taste of India until 3 a.m.
Well, if she's a stalker, she's not really an issue anymore. Am I right, Cotter?
I'm right. I ran over.
That's crazy. Hey, can you guys play some Corn for Friday morning?
Yeah, we can do that, man. No problem.
I haven't heard Corn on the radio in quite a while. Have you?
Actually, yes, but I'll do some this morning. I got you covered. No worries, man. We got you.
Sounds good, man.
All right, cool.
Appreciate it.
Have a good Friday.
Yeah, think about the Beer Olympics Friday or Beer Olympics, and let's see if we can make this happen.
All right,
man. Cotter?
Do you work for a beer company? Is that why? You just can't.
I do not.
Okay. No, I like the Beer Olympics idea. I'm a fan of the Beer Olympics idea. Anything that involves beer, and I'm a huge Olympics fan. You throw those in, I'm in 100%.
You could do different things. Fat Tire Friday, where you go drink a beer and then you got to run through the tires. Like the obstacle course.
Drunk obstacle course.
Dumb and stupid.
That we'll
do a bunch of different things.
We'll definitely need lawyers involved in that.
Yeah, there you go. All right, man. Hey, have a good day.
All right, you too, man. Got your corn coming up here in a bit.
Talk to you next Friday, guys.
All right, thanks, man. See ya.
He's a talker.
Yeah, he is. He's a fan of the Beer Olympics, man. He's going all in on that.
What up, Mamacita's son? Thanks for hanging out. What's up, guys? First-time viewer, long-time listener. And I'm the son of the one and only Mamacita. How was AEW? What did you think of the show? Charles, you're open 24/7, 365. I'm guessing that's for... Oh, your home gym. Wanda, that's not true. We could definitely have a stalker this early in the morning. Talk about stalkers. They're 24/7, 365. Always making it happen. All right, next up, we're going to talk about someone who was very innovative in the way that they decided to cut a wedding, which I honestly think is a great idea. We'll also talk about Mayweather and Logan Paul. The Paul brothers will not get out of our lives when it comes to boxing. We have to talk about them every other week, apparently. But we'll talk about Logan Paul apparently taking on Floyd Mayweather. It's kind of a big deal. Anytime Fitness, always open, and they have lots of bands. I just work out of my garage. It's very close, and it's free.
That was good. What have you not gotten to so far in the top 5, Wanda? What do you still need to get done? All right, got about 90 seconds. Be back. Texas, appropriate text, appropriate touching. Ooh, Charles has an idea for your fence. Got it while driving to Macon. See, there you go. Something good about Macon.
Somewhat unique. Gonna price the materials today. That's awesome, man. Can't wait to hear from you. So yesterday I was talking to my third team member of Team Marshall team, a.k.a. Slangin' and Bangin'.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually went to Urban Forest Axe House.
Okay.
And
get the lay of the land.
And got the lay of the land. And I will share some of these pictures later on in the show. I wanted to show you that one.
Oh. Oh. He's going all in.
Yeah, so he practiced in that outfit.
Makes sense. I get it.
That outfit, though, not exactly doable.
Ah, bummer.
Comes to throwing axes.
I get
Maybe
it.
throwing shields.
I get it.
But yeah, I got some great pictures and a great video, slow-mo video of him just absolutely crushing a bullseye right there.
Nice. All right. All right. All right, guys. Be right back. Good morning. Get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Diving into story number 2 about last night. If you're going to get married and you plan on having a big wedding, chances are you should probably get permission from the owner of the venue you want to get married in.
Probably should pay him.
The pay would be good, too.
Yeah.
On Saturday, Courtney Wilson and a woman named Shanita Jones are getting married in Southwest Ranches, Florida. And they threw their wedding at an amazing mansion, pool, gazebo, tennis courts, hot tub, 800-foot bar.
That's a big-ass bar.
Right? Only problem is they didn't actually book that mansion because it's not a wedding venue. It's been for sale for 2 years for $5.7 million. Now, Courtney, a while back, pretended to be interested in buying it, went to check it out, and said, hey, I'm getting married. Can I have my wedding here? The owner's like, no, you can't. But they did anyway.
Oh, this is awesome. So people started to show up, and the owner of the house is like, the hell? What are all these people dressed up very nice for? And then he realized there was going to be a wedding happening, and it's like, no. He calls the cops, and he has it completely shut down. He goes, He was quoted as saying to the cops, "I have people trespassing on my property. They say they're having a wedding here, and it's God's message." I don't understand why he said it's God's message, but that's apparently the quote.
I'm guessing the people having the wedding said that to him to try to make it okay for them just to show up at his mansion and hold this wedding. Now, you're thinking if you're going to have a wedding at a mansion this big, there's an 800-foot bar. I mean, are they providing drinks? Is there a DJ setting up? Is there a band? I need more details. I want to know the scope of this.
Yeah, I mean, did they just tell everyone, including the people setting up? I'm guessing there was some sort of music and alcohol there. Like, did they all just show up at 3 o'clock?
Right?
And like, wow, the people who are attending this wedding got here at the same time as us. Kind of weird. Kind of early. Nope, it wasn't supposed to happen at all, man. This is awesome because I love the couple, Courtney Wilson and Shanita Jones. I love their cost-cutting ideas when it comes to getting married. Getting married is an expensive task, and they really thought outside the box for this one.
They really did.
It just turns out they thought a little bit too far outside the box on this one.
They just thought the house was vacant. Obviously, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they decided to try to do this thing anyway. Now, with the cops showing up, nobody was arrested. So the guy was pretty nice. Because, I mean, a $5.7 million home. You know it's nice. You have a bunch of people there. I mean, he could just had everybody arrested, but he didn't.
Yeah, or he could have just invited everyone on. I mean, like, how great are your booze? Because, I mean, if they had a good selection of booze, and maybe I would have allowed it to happen as long as everyone stayed outside the house.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, just
pick up after yourself.
Yeah, just pee in the pool.
All right, coming up next, story number 3 about last night. Mayweather, Logan Paul. It looks like the fight is happening. We got details. Here's Highly Suspect on Rock 106.1.
Good golly. So later on today, I'm going to go see Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Going to see it in IMAX. Going big.
Oh, shit.
Going big. Doing dinner afterwards. Going to be a long day. No naps.
Yeah.
We go hard on Fridays. That's the rule.
Yeah.
So our graphics guy messaged me during the show yesterday, and he's like, dude, I'm going to make you a Mortal Kombat panel. It's what we call the like graphics if you're watching the live stream, right? And I'm like, okay, sure. Like, I didn't even ask for it. I didn't even think about, I don't know if I even really wanted it.
Right.
And then he sent it to me last night. Dude, this is the shit. Is everyone ready? Everyone on the stream already? 11 people watching right now? 6:31 a.m. First and foremost, you guys are freaks. Way to be up in the morning. But check this out. Boom. How sick is that?
That's pretty awesome.
How sick is that? The other way. Move. Slightly to... Yep, you're right. There you go.
Yeah, well.
I can make your camera smaller.
I got Sub-Zero's ice penis going across my face. It's fine.
Hold on, let's do this. Let's do this.
Right.
Just gonna... Little weird. There we go.
That's good.
Oh, no, that's not good. There we go. Boom. Boom.
That works.
Boom. How sick is that, guys?
Nah, that's pretty awesome.
How sick is that?
Yeah, that's really
Look, he put
cool.
the little dragon right in our logo.
Yeah.
How sick is that shit? I think we're going to keep that up for a while. We're just going to mess with that for a minute.
I agree.
We're very excited about Mortal Kombat. I didn't want to start off the show like going balls out.
Sure.
But, you know, ease you guys into the balls. And now we're laying them right on you. Congratulations, guys. Full balls.
We can use it on Monday, too. Do for like a 5-word review, Mortal Kombat. I plan on watching it this weekend. Not a movie from the 80s.
Morning, Jeremy. Morning.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, we're very excited about Mortal Kombat, if you couldn't tell. Now, there's some morning shows out there that just get sponsored by Mortal Kombat, and I happen to know one of them personally, but we're just giving it to them for free.
Yeah.
Just have it.
We're just promoting it. Promoting it.
Have some Mortal Kombat. Salt Bae and some Mortal Kombat on your ass this early in the morning. Are you going to see it Sunday? Nice. Yeah, I can't wait to check it out, man. I thought about just saving my money, saving the cash, going to, watching HBO Max. Got access to it from someone. I don't remember. Go see it in theaters.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show. Got one more story to go in about last night. The Paul brothers, they just really think they're boxers. And back in February, a fight between Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul was supposed to go down. That was postponed. But now the word is this fight is going to happen, and it's going to happen June 5th. It'll be on Showtime pay-per-view. They just don't know where the fight is happening yet, which is kind of weird. Mayweather tweeted out and said there are 5 cities at the top of the list: Las Vegas, L.A., Miami, Dallas, or Atlanta.
And that's where the last fight, Jake Paul actually fought in Atlanta with their the Triller fights this past Saturday. This is going to be weird because Mayweather's a much smaller guy than Logan Paul. Floyd Mayweather, apparently there's going to be rules when it comes to the weigh-ins. Floyd Mayweather can weigh no more than 160 pounds, while Paul can weigh no more than 190 pounds. So that's kind of like the catch weight special stipulation for the fight, because these gentlemen, Logan Paul is a gigantic dude. He's over 6 foot tall. He's a big fella. Floyd Mayweather, kind of a tiny guy.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting because Jake Paul is the one that's all in on, I am a boxer now. Yet he hasn't fought an actual boxer.
Right.
So how is Logan the guy that lines up? I think he's had 1, maybe 2 fights.
He had 2 fights against the same guy where he went 1-1.
So how did he get Mayweather? I this makes no sense. This is who Jake should be fighting next.
This is
just to shut him up.
This is the clout that you get when you become a YouTube personality / boxer, apparently. So. Very interesting stuff. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to watch this. I want to watch this. I want to see Floyd spend like 6 rounds taking him apart and then eventually making him bow.
There's no way. No way Logan wins.
No.
I thought that with the last Jake Paul fight too, but there's no way Logan wins this.
And once again, this is an exhibition, so even if Floyd Mayweather lost, it wouldn't go against his record.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But if he lost to Logan Paul, record or not, that just doesn't look good.
It's a bit of a stain on the career of Floyd Mayweather, but just the money surrounding this fight is obviously making Floyd do this. And Floyd doesn't get out of bed for anything less than, I would guess, $20 million.
Yeah.
So he'll be making at least that this one night of action.
All right, so it's going down June 5th, allegedly, Showtime pay-per-view, Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul, because celebrity boxing is now a thing. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Celebrity boxing was a thing for
a minute there.
For a minute, like years ago, and everyone's like, yeah, this is stupid. We're better than this. And now we're not. And that's a sad thing.
Yeah, now it's like been taken to a whole nother level.
Yeah. David watching MK from the couch. I like it. I think Mortal Kombat's going to be best to watch in the dark. I think you're going to watch it from home. Make sure all the lights are out. Pop that popcorn, crack that beer if you're doing it from home, or whatever your beverage of choice is. And I think watching it in the dark and like in a like solitude environment is going to be the best way to watch that movie.
Coming up next, we're going to talk about the drunk line. Also, common phrases that people get wrong. And this isn't something that, drives me batty, but I know this is something that just drives some people up the wall when people use phrases incorrectly. So if you're one of those people, if you have a phrase that drives you up the wall, if people use wrong, let us know now in the chat or text it in 800-394-1061. I got a list of, and I think I've probably mispronounced all of these phrases multiple times and probably still do.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think at this point, because those common phrases are so miscommonly or very commonly misspoken,
right?
I don't even know the difference,
right? And I don't even think it does, matter at this point in time. I think some of them, even when they're said incorrectly, you know what's being said. You get the point.
Yeah.
But I know it drives some people bonkers, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only people it bothers are like those grammar Nazi people. Speaking of, hey, Greg, what's going on? Greg grammar Nazi me yesterday. So,
really?
Yeah, it was during you were editing Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? And I think I just mistyped one word, and he grammar Nazi me. So,
wow, that's harsh.
I just called him out. I was like, all right, grammar Nazi, no big deal.
I have what I think will be the absolutely most easiest round of trivia I've ever written for you if you get selected today. If you don't get 6, okay, there are 2 multiple choice. I'll say 5 out of 7 guaranteed.
Okay. Well, there's a good chance I am getting selected today. I don't know why. People love to take me on at trivia. It has been ridiculous as of late.
So, yeah, but I'm guessing at least 5 out of 7. And I'd go more, but with multiple choice, you can kind of go either way.
Yeah, just looking at my game, this is an incredibly easy game. I would expect you to get... There's 1 multiple choice that could slip you up on.
Right.
5. You'd get 5 out of 7 easily on this.
So basically what we're saying is you guys better bring it. Weekend plans, everybody. What do you guys got going on? Tonight, if you guys are fans of Letterkenny, which I've never seen one episode, but I'm hosting the Letterkenny Trivia at Coastal Empire Beer Company. I did not write the game. Jake Thompson from Bob 1069 wrote the game. So if you come and play and you're like, this is dumb because this has nothing to do with the show, blame Jake Thompson. I will.
What if he just wrote? What if he just gave you a game for like The Office?
See, that I would know. But because I went through the quiz and I went, I hope this makes sense because there were several ones that seemed to be, the wording was weird, but I don't know if that's just the show's lingo.
I mean, it's a Canadian show, right?
Yeah.
So I would probably say that's the wording is right. You would think.
Yeah. So we'll see. That's tonight. I believe it starts at 7. Sign up starts at 6:30.
Quick thing on the 8:04 break. I just noticed you wrote astronaut / Mars trip. That's just the same?
This is the same story. Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
What did they do with astronauts if they die on the trek to Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just lazy and didn't want to write all of that out.
No, sometimes you do
team it up.
You do a team up, and sometimes I miss that. So I just saw that this morning. I'm like, fuck is that?
No, all same story.
I heard that the Letterkenny is a poor knockoff of the Trailer Park Boys. It's probably the Canadian version.
I think Trailer Park Boys is Canadian.
Are they?
I think so.
Well, maybe it's the Canadian Part 2 version.
It could be.
Of whatever.
It's the Wish version of Trailer Park Boys. Yes, it is a show based in Canada. I believe it's on Hulu. I tried Trailer Park Boys. I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. I mean, I get it. There's bits of it that are funny. I mean, but yeah, just not my thing.
They're both Canadian shows. Look at that.
There is a funny scene, and I didn't watch the whole episode, just the scene where the guys in Trailer Park Boys kidnap Alex Lifeson from Rush, and they bring him back to the trailer park. That was pretty funny.
Oh, Max got a big day ahead of her.
Damn.
Parents showed up, second shots from the COVID stuff. Riccardi's. Oh, that's a good choice.
I've never been to Riccardi's.
Yeah, they're the Chicago pizza place in Richmond Hill. Been there a couple times.
You've talked about it, yeah.
Trolley tour. Oh, good old trolley tour. Pirates says, "Oh, you're hitting all the key points of Savannah tourism right there." I'll pray for your nap. As a nap taker over here, we'll pray for your naps.
As redneckish Trailer Park Boys is, even I could not get on board with it. Riccardi, Brez.
It's kind of sick. Oh yeah, Brez wanted me to take a screenshot of the Mortal Kombat thing. Hold on. Print screen? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Brendan, go ahead and take your own screenshot. It is sick, though. Watching the Talladega race, working in the garden, drinking beer, Mortal Kombat. That is a weekend, sir.
Well played.
We were going to be a King of the Hog barbecue competition, but because Saturday apparently is supposed to be a shit show when it comes to rain, we're definitely not doing that. That's kind of a bummer.
Yes.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing this weekend.
Saturday, I'm getting my second shot. We may still go to Hilton Head. And Sunday...
Have plans changed? You sound very unconfident about Hilton Head now.
I don't know. I mean, it was never a definite. It was just kind of... It was thrown out there. So we haven't 100% confirmed we're doing that. But we'll see.
Brendan said action pose. Hold on. Let's hold it for 5 seconds. 3, 2... No. On action pose? Now, action pose on 3. 1, 2, 3. Now hold it. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. 10. Brendan, here you go. 10, 9, 8. Harder look. All right, we're good. Okay, there's the action pose. You're welcome. You're welcome, Brendan. Thank you. But you're welcome. Everyone, how about this? How about this? This is a good idea. Everyone watch Mortal Kombat, and then when we do a review of Mortal Kombat, we want all of your reviews all at the same time.
Yeah, I like that.
So everyone watch Mortal Kombat this weekend. That's your homework assignment. Charles, weekend, my mom and dad coming to visit. Emmy prom tomorrow. Hey, do you need me to come over and, kick the shit out of that kid that's taking Emmy to prom?
Something tells me he's got that part covered.
No, let's just do that tomorrow night. What do you, 5 o'clock? Let's just show up at Charles' house.
Charles' house.
Just a baseball bat. Come out, do donuts in the front yard. Hey, you stay away from her, you son of a bitch. Let's see. Back on house projects now that my track season is over. Oh, how did Emmy do in track yesterday up in Macon, man? Let us know.
All right, guys, got about 20 seconds.
Ooh, hospital. I don't like that, Wanda.
All right, be right back. Good morning. Happy Friday. Listen to the show. You can download the app for free, the Rock 1061 app. Find it in the App Store and Google Play. In-home smart speaker, also the website, rock1061.com. Now, Friday is upon us. That means there's plenty of beer drinking, I think, in a lot of our futures. So if you're out drinking this weekend, as we say, 1, always be safe. Don't drink and drive. But 2, you call us when you've had a few and leave us a message on the drunk line.
Yeah, the phone number is 1-800-394-1061. It should be saved in your phone anyway. Because sometimes we want you guys to call in for our calls that we want to talk about stuff, or sometimes we just give away stuff. We need you to call in trivia. We need you to call in. Just save the phone number. I'll say it again. 1-800-394-1061. Now, speaking of drinking over the weekend, I am not day drinking today on a Friday, which I got very drunk last Friday, and I'm very sad today.
We are going to go to New Realm for lunch.
Right.
Are you going to have beer?
Yeah, I'm going to have a beer.
Okay, good.
But I'm not going to get
You're not
day drunk.
Okay, I get that.
I'm just going to have a couple day cocktails, but then I have to be sober for the rest of the day.
That's a good point. We're going to New Realm. It's the distillery. Do we go beer or cocktail?
Probably do one of each.
Okay.
It'd be a shame if I didn't try everything. All of the above.
We got to support the new businesses in town.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
We're here to support you.
Be rude of us.
If you drink this weekend, give us a call on the drunk line. My favorite thing about the drunk line is I'll run into people. It's like, oh, I was going to call the drunk line over the weekend, but I got drunk.
Yeah.
And then I forgot.
Yeah, and then that's the thing about us too, is when people tell us that, we're not mad. It's just we're disappointed. Essentially, we become your parents every time you guys tell us that.
Yeah. It's like, look, guys, we're not asking too much.
And every time I'm like, come on, man, come on.
Shake my head.
Come on.
And then they know. They know I'm disappointed.
And they just look down. I'm like, and then I look at him and I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here, you son of a bitch. You go get drunk. You call me. And you call me. You leave a voicemail.
Dad, it's 2 on a Monday. I don't care.
Smoke that whole pack of cigarettes. You smoke every one right in front of me.
800-394-1061. That is the drunk line. Call us over the weekend. All right. Marshall, you're one of the guys that get all worked up when people missay a common phrase.
No.
Nah.
No, I mean, there's only one person in the world I'm hypercritical about, and that's you.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, I make sure that I point out every flaw of yours.
Oh,
I'm just trying to make you better.
Trust me, I could tell. So no, this doesn't bother me because I think I have probably misused every single one of these. And I think probably the most common one is I could care less, which is the improper way to do it, because if you could care less, you still have cares to give.
Oh. That's I didn't even really think about it that way.
Still got cares to give, man.
I could care less about a caring less.
The proper wording is I couldn't care less because you know what? No more cares to give.
Oh wow, all out of cares.
All out of cares, man.
This is a list that you found that you sent me. There's 30 common phrases on here, but I looked through the list. And I think this one is my favorite because I've heard it from so many people in the past. Street teamers, my siblings, my wife. Instead of saying I did that by accident, which is the correct usage, right. I did it on accident, meaning that you didn't do it, that you didn't do it on accident at all, but you did it on purpose.
Right.
So I say that all the time, like, oh man, yeah, I accidentally hit that car on accident. That's something I would definitely say. I would never say by accident.
What about the when you say or people say I made a complete 360? I changed my life. I did a complete 360.
Yeah.
Well, if you do a complete 360, you're just back to where you started.
Well, 180 doesn't sound like it's enough, though.
I agree. It sounds like you're only half-assing it.
Yeah.
I half-assed it. I did a 180.
Not a numbers guy, but 360 sounds way more than 180. So, yeah, I did a 360.
And then you're right back to where you started. Yeah. I find this one always interesting because this, to me, makes complete sense. Butt naked. Butt naked makes sense to me because a butt.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're showing your butt. But
showing the crack.
It's buck naked. Where'd that come from?
Who's Buck?
I don't know. Well, it's
Are you talking about the
Costanza's. It's Costanza's alias. It's his porn name would be Buck Naked in the episodes of Seinfeld. Yeah. But butt naked to me just makes way more sense.
It does. It absolutely does. But apparently it's Buck, and that's weird to me.
Another one involving a butt. Nip it in the butt. Not the way to say it. Because that basically means you're biting somebody in the ass. The complete and actual phrase is nip it in the bud, meaning you're stopping it from growing.
Yeah, I don't like that one. Nip it in the bud, nip it in the butt. I don't know. I mean, I think I've said both those things before.
No, that's just it. I mean, most of these I have said wrong, probably more than I've said it right, but they're interchangeable at this time. I mean, does it really matter? Because even if you say it wrong, everybody knows exactly what you mean.
Yeah, the one that's pretty awesome here is saying scot-free. Unless there's you're describing a place with no guys named Scott in it. That is not right. Scot-free, S-C-O-T-T. S-C-O-T, singular T, free, right, means that you were probably nipping everything in the bud before it started. Huh? No pun intended. meaning nothing's going to happen. I don't know. Scot-free, it's just weird. These common phrases misconstrued are for crazy people. And if they point it out to you, you should slap them upon every time they bring it up to you.
All right, coming up top of the 7 o'clock hour, going to take your calls, comments, and text 800-394-1061. Want you to tell us about the time you ditched out on work. Call, comment, and text. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work. Got your stories coming up after 7. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Nip it in the bud, Deputy Barney 5 from Andy Griffith Show. Says Mac, seriously, did you watch that show?
You kidding me? That seems right up her alley.
Seems a little old for Mac. Charles said, let's see, Emmy, neither one of my throwers made it sectionals, not getting Coach of the Year this season. But he says kudos to his kid hitting the gym at 5:30 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, man.
Perfect. Jeremy says he's working and getting ready to head to the clubhouse in Statesboro and Jayville Saturday. Sunday, rest day. Nice. Sundays are always rest days. You got to make sure. I was going to mow the lawn, but I don't think lawn mowing is going to happen this weekend due to all the rain we're supposed to get tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to mow it, but I'm right there with you. And by Sunday, I'm not going to be in the mood to do it.
Let's see. The layout is awesome, and I don't even follow Mortal Kombat. Thank you, Mac. Thank you for those nice words. Has anyone tried Ghost Coast Peach Whiskey? Good stuff. I have not. Although I do love going to Ghost Coast. They've actually opened up their main room They like broke down all the walls that they had for touring and everything, and they have a huge, massive room for the bar now.
Yeah.
And they have a ton of people in there who do incredible work on cocktails and everything. So make sure to go hang out at Ghost Coast if you're downtown this weekend. Juana wants to know what's wrong with nipping it in the ass cheek.
Obviously nothing. Well, ask your husband. I mean, he sounds like he is the one that's the issues with
Yeah,
it.
he's got a big time problem with that. People get mad at this kind of stuff are the same people who correct grammar in Facebook and YouTube comment sections. Right, Greg Geiger? But NFN, every now and then meant to mean once in a while, but it literally means every now and then. So it's literally constant. Jesus. Oh, that comment made me learn something, and I hated it. I'm currently watching as we speak, bruh. Okay. I've been meaning to go there for a while. He won't comment. Greg actually doesn't show up. Greg doesn't show up for the show until, like, I want to say closer to 8 o'clock.
Greg is out running right now, which is probably it.
Yeah.
Dude is a massive runner. The very first mud run I ever did years ago, I actually ran with Greg. He and I did the one over at JCB.
Whatever. JBC?
JBC.
That's the stereo people.
Yeah, it is. They have their own mud run. It's very loud. But yeah, we ran that first mud run together. And by ran, I mean I walked, and he got frustrated with me for not running.
And then you saw him at the finish line. He's like, see you later. Brendan Rowan, I quit my job when I was 19 to go play paintball, but I already had another job lined up. No 2-week notice. Dick move. I know. Some jobs, honestly, when you think about it in context, they don't deserve 2 weeks.
No. I mean, the 2 weeks notice thing is fine, and I agree with you. I think it's a majority of the time I would probably give 2 weeks, and anytime I have quit, I have given 2 weeks. But if there was there was one I didn't give 2 weeks. If there was a situation where I'm just like, I'm out, man. Sorry. Doesn't benefit me.
The last job I quit where I didn't give my 2 weeks, I was working part-time at Walgreens overnight, and I only did this for about 3 months. It was until I actually got a full-time position at the radio group that I worked with in Vegas for 7 years before I came here. And that night, the boss was like, all right, I'm buying. It was some burger joint that was like kind of like down the block. And they looked at me and they're like, Marshall, go get it. And I'm like, you guys pressed the wrong button tonight, man. Because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get this food. I am going to bring it back. I could just not bring it back. But that would probably be considered a crime because I didn't bring someone their burgers. I'm going to come back. I'm going to eat it in front of you. And then I'm going to walk out. And I didn't say that out loud.
Yeah.
I just, as soon as it was over, I was like, all right, guys, great seeing you. Like, your shift's for another 3 hours. I'm like, no, it's not. I go, make sure my last check gets to me. I'll see you guys there. Are you quitting? Yeah. I got my new gig starts on Monday. It's Friday. Bye. It's Walgreens. There's no reason. Those people don't deserve a 2-week notice.
I quit a job the day I was supposed to start, and I did it over phone. I didn't even go in.
So wait. I quit a job in the morning and the start of the next one an hour later?
So no, I quit. So I interviewed for a job, a place called Jack's in Pekin. It was kind of like a Walmart, really low discount Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I went in for a job interview. I was in college at the time, got a job. I'm like, all right, you're going to start on this date. Well, that date hit, and I went, I don't want to work at Jack's. So I literally called the store and said, hey, it's my name. I'm supposed to start working today. Yeah, I'm not going to take this job. Sorry. And then I just never went in.
Did they just say okay?
Yeah, it was just well, whatever, cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't want to work here.
Wait, what job was it?
It was Jack's.
What is that?
Like a Walmart, like a low discount kind of Walmart. It was in Pekin for a couple years.
I've never heard of that place.
Yeah, it didn't last long. But I was like, I do not want to work here. Walked out in a couple jobs. The best one was I grabbed everything I could, shut my office door, and walked out. They didn't know I was gone until 3 hours later. Yeah, I only quit one. I worked at a call-in center for Ruttman fax machines. So I was basically the phone tech support for fax machines. And there was, I think I told this when we were talking about grudges, the grudge I held against the kid from high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd been there maybe a year, I don't know, and I hadn't seen this kid from high school since high school.
That's the one. Is that the one who robbed the joint?
Yeah. So I was sitting there, I was in my cubicle, minding my own business, and I look up, and he walks past, and I went, "Holy ass!"
Do you have a water balloon on you?
I wish. But I'm like, I'm just staring at him like, you got to be kidding me.
You're alive?
All the jobs. So that day I went up to my boss and said, yeah, I'm not going to work here anymore. I'm sorry, I quit. And she's like, well, you going to give 2 weeks? I'm like, no, I don't need that in my life. I'm done. And she's like, okay, well, since you didn't give 2 weeks, you can never work here again. I went, yeah, okay. Cool. That's kind of the plan. I'm quitting. And the shitty part was I made good money, but I'm just like, I don't need to see him every day.
Yeah.
I didn't need that in my life.
All right, so there is an old lady outside the studios, and her dog's taking a shit right now, and she is eye fucking us the entire time.
How's it going?
Yep, there's
What's
a
up, puppy?
shitty little dog, little crappy little dog.
Oh, it's cute.
That's She's essentially been eye fucking us for like the last 5 minutes, but she's been hiding behind those bushes. I just caught her. I just caught her out of like side of my eye. I'm like, who's that crazy person watching us?
Hey, man, I get it.
She really wanted us to notice her. Tell her to pick that shit up. Pick your shit up.
That's funny.
All right, man. So we've got, how do you want to work this call-in segment? We've got about 5 comments on the Facebook page from stories. We've got stories from Brenton and Wanda on the chat. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Hey, it's your stalker. Cotter, is that the lady from this morning?
No, she's way too old. Okay, so we have the actual story to tell with this one. What is it?
American Viking. Mom, is that you? Not Mamacita.
That would make sense if she was the stalker, though. Let's be honest.
Just Sandy's waiting outside. Hey, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? Like, oh my God. You work across the street. There's better time.
Oh, damn.
That's funny.
Let's see. I'll read the story. I was gonna the Jack story. I was actually gonna tell on the air. I'll tell that since it's pretty short. And then let me get to the Facebook page because I knew there was a couple there.
You'll tell the Jack story.
The one I just told on the stream. I was gonna.
Okay.
I'll tell that real quick. Oops, wrong Facebook page.
Don't let that phone get.
I know, right? I'll tell mine, and I'll read Doc's real quick, just because it's only a sentence, but it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to do stream, or you want to go to Facebook? Because we can tell a couple before.
I'll tell Brenton's here on the stream, and then what we could do is we could pontificate a little bit about some jobs don't need 2 weeks notice, and then we can go into break, see if we get any calls. If not, we can come back with we have 4 more stories on the Facebook page.
Perfect.
And once again, guys, we're about 4 minutes out from jumping back on the air here at Rock 106.1, asking you guys pretty simple question today. Sometimes, obviously, you need a break from work. Tell us about the time that you ditched out on your job. Doesn't mean you had to quit.
No,
like,
no.
If you just wanted to jump out, go watch a movie, in the middle of the day. I mean, our boss was in here the other day. You weren't in studio at that time. He came in and was chatting with me and Mac and Jake. He talked about how when he was a sales guy, he would actually, in the middle of the day, just go watch movies. Yeah, he said he goes, some days I just didn't want to work. So in the middle of the day, I go catch a movie because I get the biggest popcorn available. I get like a gallon of soda, get some candy because I just sit there and have the time of my life. No kids, no nothing. He goes, I just had a great time.
Yeah, no, I've ditched out on work and seen movies before. That's how I watched Wild Things by myself in the theater awkwardly and National Treasure 2.
Great films. Some of the greatest films of our generation.
Let's be honest. Our boss ditches out on work now to go play golf.
I would never say that. I would never say that. And actually, I think, hey, man, little out of bounds.
A little out of bounds.
Have some respect, dude.
It's kind of like his golf game, out of bounds. If it wasn't out of bounds, he would have won that tournament a couple weeks ago.
Once again, I would never say that. I would never say that. Nor would I ever agree with that.
Now I'm waiting for him to pop in. I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, that's all he's going to say. I've been here the whole time. Let's see. I ditched out on work because Ozzy was having a meet and greet. I called my boss to give him a BS excuse about why I was going to be missing a day of work. As soon as I heard his voice, I realized how much I hated the job and the people at it. And then just quit from the parking lot of a Tower Records. That's pretty good.
That's an awesome story.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to jobs, man, I mean, if you're not happy, there's no reason to stick around.
No, I agree. Well, depends. I mean, it depends. I mean, if you got bills to pay and there's nothing else out there, I mean, you got to kind of do what you got to do. But
hey, you know what? It's a great time to accidentally get fired from your job because you get that extra pandemic pay. So
that's true. Well, big bosses come in on Tuesday. I might not be here on Wednesday. Who knows?
Depends on what you say at dinner.
I know. How drunk should I get? Do I start? Okay, question. Sit down. Do I just start with a shot?
No. Here's the thing. Who you going with?
My boss or our bosses. I mean, the owner.
No, but specifically, who you going to dinner with?
Aaron.
Mike Williams, our third favorite salesperson.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I was pointing at his office. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you were pointing at the screen.
No. So here's the thing. Mike's a drunk.
Oh.
And here's the thing. Here's what you do. You go anti-drunk.
You do it.
He'll say everything wrong. Let him do it.
So here's the plan. I'll reach out to Mike and be like, "Hey, man, you want to meet up early?
Yeah, pregame.
Well, pregame. Just get kind of ready for this dinner, and then I'll just drink water, and I'll just keep buying him and just feeding him booze. Feed him some Tito's.
Yeah,
love some Tito's.
Pump him like the brakes, man.
Yeah.
Just absolutely fill that guy full of booze. Charles says, when I was in the steel business, I'd tell my boss I was running to the doctor's appointment and go fishing instead. It took about 2 years to figure out what I was doing because I didn't have that many medical issues. Pretty awesome, though.
That's good. None of you are going to top this guy in Italy, though. This is another level. The story that we got to kind of was the genesis of this question.
All right, so once again, you're going to tell a story. You're going to go into your personal story.
Yeah, I'll go into mine.
I'll tell Brenton's.
Yeah.
We've got
we got plenty.
Yeah, we've got 3 stories outside of Brenton's on the chat.
I was going to read Doc's real quick just because it's a sentence.
Yeah.
All right, be right back. Good morning. Happy Friday. Get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So this hour, we're going to take your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. We want you to tell us about the time you ditched out on work. Already getting all kinds of great comments on the stream. Now, we're getting this because there's a story about a guy in Italy. He's under investigation for skipping out on work, but still getting paid. It's pretty genius.
Okay.
He's been skipping out on work for 15 years.
Wait, straight?
The guy was working at a government hospital back in 2005. He just stopped going. And he may have threatened his boss to keep him from filing a report against him. So the boss never said anything. And then that boss retired. And the person who replaced her never noticed this guy was on payroll collecting checks without showing up for more than a decade. In 15 years, this guy made $650,000.
I don't think it's that guy's fault anymore. After that long a period of time, I think it's the new boss's fault.
Now, someone finally noticed this year, and the police are looking for him for fraud and extortion.
Huh.
Dude.
That guy's a hero.
That is an epic skipping work story.
That guy no longer lives in that country, right?
He has to be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sending his check somewhere. He's still, I assume.
It could be like direct deposit.
He's still getting this money. They got to be able to track him down.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree. At this point in time, do you just kind of tip your hat to him and be like, That was genius, guy.
Kudos to you.
I mean, do we deserve this money back? Do you deserve to go to jail? I mean, is it his fault that they continue to pay him?
No. Not at all.
What I mean, extortion?
Prove the extortion part.
Right.
Yeah, prove that. And like the ex-boss who's retired, that they made that story up so they didn't get in trouble themselves.
To me, this is an awesome skipping work story, so that's why we want your calls, comments, and texts. Let us know the time you ditched out on work, 800-394-1061. Now, I ditched out on work before I even showed up for my first day. So I was in college. I was working part-time in radio at the time, and I needed an extra job because I just wasn't making enough money. So there's this store called Jack's. It's kind of like a discount Walmart. Or Kmart, if that makes sense. So I went in for the interview, went fine, got the job. They're like, all right, you're going to start here in 5 days. So 5 days later, I'm sitting on the couch at my house, supposed to show up to work in an hour. And I went, I do not want to work at Jack's. So I called him up, told him my name. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to take this job. I'm sorry. And they're like, you were supposed to show up today. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry. And they're like, okay. It's almost like this is a thing. I was just like, I did not want to work at that place. So like, I'm ditching out before I even show up for day number one.
Yeah, that was a big time future you, but future you problem like real late in the process.
Yeah,
because
real late.
You had 60 minutes to kind of figure that out. But kudos to you for knocking it out of the park.
All right, so the good doctor commented on the Facebook page, one simple sentence, which I love. Called in dead to be in the Duality video.
For Slipknot.
Yes.
Nice.
So, and I believe that statement 100%.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, totally.
That is Doc for sure. Brenton on the chat this morning, and once again, you can watch us live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Sorry, I wanted to say Instagram for a second. Anyway, Brenton said, I quit my job when I was 19 years old to go play paintball, but I already had another job lined up. No 2 weeks notice. Dick move. I know. That's totally fine. And also, there's some jobs, I believe, honestly, that don't deserve a 2 week notice.
I agree with that. I mean, especially at 19. Yeah. At 19 years old, this is not your career.
Employers should know that's probably going to happen.
I mean, it's not your career. You know that at 19. So the 2 week notice thing, I get it. I mean, if you like the job, maybe you got another gig and you're leaving because it's a better opportunity.
If you've been there over a year, probably a 2 week notice is the best way to go because you can put that job on a resume. But if you've been there for less than 6 months, I think absolutely no 2 week notice.
What if it's a bad situation at a place you've been there for a long time and this was like the last straw? But, I mean, like you said, if you leave without the 2 weeks, do you want to put that place on your resume? But if it was someplace you put a lot of time into, you'd probably want to. Do you have to suck it up and give them 2 weeks?
Hold on. Burn it down. Burn it down. And then you could be like, yeah, my last place burned down. It was like, totally not my fault, just so you know, tell the cops that. But also, I need to find another place because it burned down. So yeah, if that's the case, if it's a bad situation, burn it down.
I mean, because there was one place I did quit without...
Office space.
Yeah. There was one place I quit without giving a 2 weeks notice. I was tech support. Basically, you'd call in for a fax machine company, and I told the story.
Sounds terrible.
It was mind numbing, but great money. So and benefits. So it was good. But I told the story about holding the grudge against the guy in high school, and I hadn't seen this guy since high school. So I'm sitting there. I've been working at this job for I don't know, maybe a year, and I look up, and he just like walks in, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me! I do not need this in my life right now. End of that day, I walked up to my boss and be like, yeah, I quit. And she's like, okay, well, 2 weeks. I'm like, no, today's it. Today's my last day. She's like, okay, well, if you're not given 2 weeks, we can never hire you back. And I went, I'm quitting.
Bye.
It's fine. See you later. That is the only time that I quit without a 2 week notice. And I mean, I was never going to put that place on my resume. I mean, that was not going to do me any good.
The life skills of Xerox repairman is not. They could have took you far, man.
That's true. All right, call, comment, and text right now. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work. 800-394-1061. More of your stories coming up next. Brand new Evanescence. This is Better Without You. Rock 1061.
All right, so I've got Wanda's story. I've got MK Ultra One story, which is the Ozzy story, which is good. Charles' story about fishing. American Viking story about ditching out playing video games all day. Jeremy just chimed in with a story.
Jeff Weaver has a good one on Facebook. Kind of got busted for it.
Why don't you do Facebook and I'll do stream?
Okay.
And then how many do you want to just want to go volley back and forth?
Yeah, do a couple, maybe a couple each.
Figure out, yeah.
I'll do Jeff Weaver's. His is kind of short. You said Wanda put one up on there.
Wanda put up one here.
Okay,
and
so
just talked about not being noticed for 3 hours till she was gone.
Okay.
I think I want to do.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I want to do MK Ultra's Ozzy one, and I want to do the Charles one with the fishing. I think those are both good. Hold on, let me read Jeremy's.
Okay, here's one talking about being drunk at Puddle of Mud in Hardyville. We'll talk about that. That's funny. Yeah, I'll do Jeff Weaver's, which is pretty short. Went four-wheeling, had to be pulled out, called a tow truck. The tow truck company knew his boss. So, and then Lindsay McLean, who got drunk at the Puddle of Mud show.
Uncle Harry's, wasn't that the former emperor's former?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Jeremy's got a good one. He's like, I just need a day off. So I called, I went fishing, then went to Uncle Harry's for lunch, beer, and naked girls. Turned out to be an awesome day.
That does sound like an awesome day. I get it, man. Sometimes you just got to get out of there. All right, so go back and forth. I've got two.
Yeah, let's just volley back and forth. I'm going to do MK Ultra 1 and Charles, and then if we want to do one more, I'll do Jeremy's.
Okay. Because we can always come back to for that third break. All right, got about 90 seconds.
Thanks for chiming in, guys. We do appreciate it, especially on the text lines. And speaking of the text lines, Salsa Mark here, skipping out of work. I like it a lot. I'm here now, but back in the 70s, I skipped out of work to go skiing in Ohio. But the asshole that I worked with called my parents because I was still living with them and told them I went skiing. I got paged at the ski lift. That was pretty much the last time I skipped out. But all that was left, I went skiing once, sat at the bar. That was my first case of strange. Oh. That was his first case of strange lady.
Oh.
Or something else. I'm not for sure. Well, there you go, Salsa Mark. Which is an excellent name.
So his salsa's delicious. Ain't gonna lie.
Brings all the cotters to the yard, I heard.
All of them. All of them. I got about 30 seconds.
All right, there's the two stories. Good to go.
All right, guys, be right back. We're taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning. 800-394-1061. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work. This guy in Italy is now being investigated after he decided to ditch out on work 15 years ago. And after a change of management, they didn't realize it. This guy got paid for 15 years, not showing up to work. He ended up getting paid during that time $650,000.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot after 15 years. It's not a ton of money. He wasn't making a ton of money.
Police are looking for him, booking him on fraud and extortion. At this point, I don't think there's fraud. He just stopped showing up to work. If I didn't show up, they would notice. If you didn't show up, they would notice.
It'd be kind of an issue.
And they would stop paying us.
Right. But Jake Thompson, absolutely not.
No, he could ghost this place and be like, has anybody seen Jake in 3 years? What happened?
Yeah.
We still paying him?
Yeah, and then it'd be like a collection of belts over here on the floor. That's like, why is all of his belts over there?
All right, so we are taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning on this topic. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work.
Big time inside joke. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, guys. All right, so Jeff Weaver posted the Facebook page, called in sick to go four-wheeling. Me and the wife were having a great time until we got stuck. Called a buddy who owned a wrecker to pull us out. Found out the next day he was friends with my boss.
Oh.
Got to work the next day and the boss said, "You got stuck, huh?"
Come on, man.
How crappy is that? that? Why rat on it?
I thought it was like like the doctor-patient privilege type of thing.
Right?
You don't talk about, when you get stuck in the mud, if I call you. Like, that's, he should have returned the check on him. Like, just absolutely.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, on the chat today, we got one about ditching out on work from NK Ultra One. He says, I ditched out on work because Ozzy was having a meet and greet.
Oh.
I called my boss to give him a BS excuse about why I was going to be missing a day of work. And then as soon as I heard his voice, I just realized how much I hated the job and the people at it. So I just quit from the parking lot of a Tower Records. What a great story.
Oh, that's amazing. Lindsay also hit us up on Facebook. Once again, your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. Let us know the time you ditched out on work. Lindsay said, okay, a few years back, I called out sick to work with vertigo and a ruptured eardrum, quotation marks. What really happened was I got so drunk at the Puddle of Mud concert at the Music Vault.
I remember that.
I remember this show. Might remember Lindsay. Who knows? That I'm not entirely sure how I got home. I was front row for the whole show, so I couldn't actually hear out of one ear. I woke up for my 7 a.m. restaurant shift, still too drunk to stand. Vertigo. And it said, forget it. Called my manager and went back to sleep. The next day at work, I found out no one bought my story, but I was so good at my job. Normally, they didn't want to fire me. So, winning.
Good for Lindsay there. All right, Charles on the stream also says, when I was in the steel business, I'd tell my boss I was running to a doctor's appointment, and I'd just go fishing. It took about 2 years to figure out that I didn't have that many medical issues to be going on all these doctor's appointments.
All right, so this seems like a tailor-made question for Vic. I really hope Vic's listening this morning. Vic, you have to have a story about
Big
a time
times.
you ditched out in work. Call us now, please. 800-394-1061. So we got more of your calls, comments, and texts coming up. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work. 800-394-1061. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
All right, so on this next one, I've got Jeremy's story and I've got Wanda's story that I can use from the stream, and I think that's about it on mine, unless we get some more in.
Sure. Oh.
Wait for it. Wait for it to pop up.
Please tell me it's Vic.
I hope it's Vic.
Rock 1061, hello.
Yeah, y'all said about calling in ditching for work?
Yeah, you got a story. First, what's your name?
Justin,
Justin. All right, what's your story, man?
I went on vacation to Cabo,
Ooh.
parked my company truck at the office. Never came back.
There we go. I was waiting for the punchline to hit. Dude, that's awesome.
Did you let them?
Then they hired me back.
They hired you back.
You must have been good at your job.
Might find out who I am.
What was that again?
I said I need to use a different first name because they might.
We
I
won't.
work for them now.
We won't use your name. We'll keep the name out. No worries. We just won't use the name. So did you quit? Did you officially quit? Did you get fired before they hired you back?
No, I just never went back. Left the keys in the truck, phone, computer, uniforms, everything.
How long before you got rehired then?
3 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you're a little bit off. You had a little bit of time off. Good for you, though.
Yeah, it was classic.
No, that's a great story, man. Yeah, we won't use the name, but yeah, thank you for the call.
10-4.
All right, see you, man.
Arriva Dante said, got invited to go to Daytona Beach with a friend. Needless to say, we went down the night, got drunk. I called into work the next morning from the couch I crashed on.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm hoping Vic calls in. I would love to hear from Vic, even if it was just for the stream folks. Just because I don't think enough people have been, had Vic in their life. I think that needs to happen.
It's been a minute since we heard from Vic, and once we go this long, I start to worry.
I do. Maybe he's hospitalized. I'm not for sure. I also have. Let's see. I have 4 stories I could do.
Okay.
I have a Raven, Jeremy, American Viking, and Wanda.
All right, let me see what I got. I got a couple short ones, I think.
There's the Salsa Mark text one, though, but I mean, it would have to be... The way he writes it is kind of crazy. It would have to be edited.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And also, happy Mortal Kombat Day to you, Araven Dantes. As you can tell, we're very excited.
I guess I just have the one there. Let me see. Just the one more on because you're reading one from Wanda.
Yeah, you could do one from Wanda.
Okay, she posted the Facebook page.
Yeah, okay.
If you want me to do that.
Let's see. I will do. I want to do Jeremy's for sure.
Okay.
I'll do Jeremy and I'll do Araven Dantes. Maybe I'll hit on the quick one of American Vikings.
Okay.
Video games all day one.
Yo.
Hey, Stacy. Oh, there's Gibby. Good morning. After getting these kids on the bus, I'm getting back in bed. Well, hopefully you'll be listening from bed. We got a big show today, guys. Big show. I don't know why I suddenly got a Wisconsin accent there. Just to give you guys a quick heads up before we jump back on the air. How much time do we have?
We still got a song, so
okay.
4 minutes.
Just a heads up for the rest of the show. We do have Fire Away Friday. Feel free to go to our Facebook page, and that's the Rock 106.1 Facebook page, correct?
I want to say Cotter and Marshall.
Okay. The Cotter and Marshall Show page. You can go vote on the song we're going to play for Fire Away Friday. It's between U2, Nine Inch Nails, and 30 Seconds to Mars. It's for all Oscar-nominated artists. We'll also talk about Axis for Life. I got some pictures to share from Axis for Life of my dude who I just chose on my team who's very excited. We'll also play trivia and beer for breakfast. Mitch Steele from New Realm will be coming in. So I'm excited for the show.
There are 3 cops sitting out in front of your house, Wanda?
What?
What are they doing?
Your husband probably called the cops because you're touching his ass too much. There's a crazy lady in my house who won't stop touching my butt. Raymond Dante says, oh, HBO Max knows what's up. I just signed in. The first thing to pop up is MK.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm excited about
it. You going to watch it like right now?
Somebody commented, or I saw somebody on Facebook, they were watching it this morning.
Oh, okay. What did you do, Wanda? I got to put a bra on first.
That sounds like my wife. I got to leave the house. Don't have a bra on.
Raven Dantes, don't judge me, Marshall. Do you, man? I have a buddy named Josh back home in the Central Illinois area who's a big-time wake-up-and-watch thing guy. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I need to, stretch my legs. I always do this thing where I tell my wife, when I wake up in the morning, she's awake at the same time. I'm like, I'm going to go walk the perimeter. And me and the dogs will go, walk outside, walk the backyard, and make sure everything is secured. Yeah, it's your house, man. You got to make sure that the perimeter is secure.
I get it.
Crazy shit happens overnight. You hear weird sounds. What was that? I don't know. Go out the next morning. Figure it out.
That's fine. All right, 2.5 minutes. Come back in, wrap up the story. Going to talk LeVar Burton. He's going to be one of the last guest hosts on Jeopardy, and he kind of had to make a push to get the guest hosting gig. He had a bunch of people sign a Change.org petition. So put together a list. Which fictional characters would we like to see host Jeopardy? Because I don't care who the new host is, I won't watch it. So.
Is it because you're? Did you ever watch it previously?
No.
Oh, okay.
Previously. So I mean, I just but I mean, if you gave me a good fictional character hosting Jeopardy, I don't know, man, I could be in for that. Not every day, but occasionally, drop in.
So I have a list of 4 fictional characters that I went online and kind of researched. I'm like, you know what? Those would be great.
I have way too many. I got like 13.
Jesus Christ. So that's what you did yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. 90 seconds.
Gibby says, fictional character, Professor McGonagall. McGonagall. Sorry. Oh, look, the roofer started, guys. We can hear him.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, if it ever gets to the point where you guys can hear the work going on the roof, let us know in the chat just so we're aware.
And then we'll go up and take our squirt guns and squirt the guys. Okay. Which ones am I doing here? Jeremy and Raven Dantes. We'll do those two.
Yeah, I've got Wanda and Andrew Tolley.
Okay. Let's do the same thing. We'll volley back and forth.
Sure. All right, guys, 30 seconds.
What was Uncle Harry's? It moved to, what was it, Scores? Scores and Emperors, right?
Uncle Harry Scores Emperors, and then there was like a hot minute it was going to become something else, but that didn't happen.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Uncle Harry's is what it was when I first got here.
Great name for a strip club.
I know, right? Be right back, guys. Taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work. The story all stems from a dude in Italy who ditched out on work for 15 years, yet still got paid. They just realized the guy stopped showing up in 2005. In that time, made $650,000. Cops are now looking for him, charge him on fraud and extortion. So I don't know if anybody's got a story that epic, which is fine. But if you got a story about the time you ditched out on work, give us a call, comment, or text right now, 800-394-1061. So Andrew hit us up on Facebook, said, called out and then drove 24 hours straight from Massachusetts to Florida to my friend's house so we could see a Megadeth Lamb of God concert.
That's commitment. 24 hours is way too long to be in a car.
That's crazy. No, thank you.
So Jeremy on the chat said, I called in one time because I was so tired of everyone, and I just needed a break. So I called in, went fishing for a few, then went to Uncle Harry's for lunch, beer, some naked girls. Turned out to be an awesome day.
Sometimes you just need me time.
Yeah.
I get it 100%.
Yeah, and it has to be that me time really generally has to be out of the house. You have to go experience something, not with your family or loved ones. You need to forget about them for a while and their troubles, which are evidently your troubles as well. It's good to break away.
Now, have you done that to where it's like, I'm just going to go to a bar and grab a beer?
I went to Uncle Harry's?
Well, no, just you're going to go, I'm going to leave the house, or I need some me time. I'm going to hit a bar, grab a beer, don't want to talk to anybody. And then everybody at the bar ends up talking to you, and you feel like an a-hole because you're just like, leave me alone, guys. It's me time.
Yeah, I've come into those situations. It's, that's the thing. It's like I have a very apparently approachable face. But yeah, people seem to love to talk to me, especially at the bars.
All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work. Wanda Plummer, she's going to hit us up. She did on Facebook. She said, I used to clean condos during the summer, wasn't 21 yet. So if I remember correctly, maybe 18 or 19 years old. My daily round-trip commute was almost 4 hours.
Oh.
They better have paid you good. One night, a friend and I decided to hang out on the Strip in Panama City after work. We stayed out all night, managed to get drinks from people riding the Strip too. Then we drove all the way home, only to sleep an hour. My dumbass got up, drove all the way to work, and decided I wasn't cleaning anything that day. I put a note on the boss's door and drove home. They ended up firing me.
Yeah, it seems like you should have just slept in your car.
Yeah,
or slept
why?
Slept on the boardwalk. You would have at least got a few more hours sleep. Maybe could have pulled that through. All right, so on the chat, you got another one here from Raven Dantes. He goes, got invited to go to Daytona Beach with a friend. Needless to say, we went down that night and got drunk. I called him to work the next day from the couch I was crashing on. Once again, a little you time never hurts.
All right, call, comment, and you can still text 800-394-1061. Tell us about the time you ditched out on work. All right, coming up next, we are going to talk about Jeopardy. LeVar Burton is finally going to get a shot to be a guest host, and we decided what kind of good fictional characters would be the perfect host for Jeopardy. We put together a list. We'll get to that next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. Now, this is going to be Vic.
Definitely going to be Vic right here, guys.
Rock 1061, hello.
Buddy Vic.
Knew it. Knew it.
Vic, what's going on, man?
Hey, I heard y'all talking about me on the radio. I figured I'd give you a story.
All right.
We were just worried about you. We haven't heard about you in a little while, Vic. First and foremost, before you tell us the story, are you doing well?
I've been out of work sick a couple days.
Oh,
there,
man.
but I'm back.
You got the cocoa?
Nah.
All right.
I had to go to court, and then I just had the stomach ache and was feeling bad, so I didn't go in. But let me tell you about this story. Me and my buddy, he's a co-worker with me. We was at his house. We got real drunk up, and so I called in, and he didn't call in, and he busted me out.
What?
Yeah. He told me, he was with me last night getting drunk. So I go in the next day, and my boss jumps all over me, tells me not to lie to him next time, everybody has their faults, So the next time I go over to his house, I get drunk again. So this time, I knew his ass was going to be at work, so we both rolled in there at the same time. We get there, and needless to say, he was as bad as I was. We was both out the back of the shop throwing up at the same time. And not one car got done that day.
Oh, man.
A little behind schedule. It's all right.
In unison puking is never good puking.
Yeah, he was a little irritated at both of us that day, but
I get that.
hey, at least we came to work.
That's true. You're there.
You showed him good, Vic.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Thank you for the call. Glad you're doing okay.
Oh, yeah, brother. Y'all have a good one.
All right, see you, Vic.
See ya.
I love hearing from Vic.
On brand.
Mm-hmm. Always on brand.
5 minutes too late.
Exactly.
Hold on. Let me save that in my Vic folder.
Nice. Sandy, Rhett, welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging out.
Got about 2 minutes.
Wanda, at least he's okay.
It's good to know Vic's okay.
Like Wanda being a mom right there.
Got to check in every now and then.
Show mom is Wanda. All right. We had a bunch of messages in regards to fictional characters. Professor McGonagall, Pinhead from Hellraiser, says Aaron. That would be interesting. Get it wrong, you go to hell. I'd like to see the Hound from Game of Thrones host it. Just calling everyone a dumb C word. You dumb C word. Video the Squirt Gun Massacre. Yeah, I would definitely use it for content. They sound like they're not above us yet. They sound like they're just kind of down the hall, so hopefully they take their sweet-ass time.
Yeah, I'm going to feel really bad when Mitch shows up and it's just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, it's a construction zone, yeah. I watched a couple interviews with Mitch. So Mitch obviously is a pretty legendary fella, as you guys will learn. And, man, I watched an interview from some beer-centric podcast.
Yeah.
And it was like, oof. The host was, I won't say cringy, but sort of cringy.
As in, was just a bad host or nerding out because of who the guy was?
He was, remember that PBS show, like, This Old House or something?
Yeah.
Like, he pulled off that vibe. He's an older gentleman.
Yeah.
He had, he worked himself into radio voice.
Okay, yeah.
And today on the show, we have this, and Mitch Steele comes by, and it's going to be great. And I was like, it's brought to you by, and then, like, his show was brought to you by, like, these thermostats. It's like, this beer thermostat. It's like, God, Jesus, shut up.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Happy Friday. Don't forget, coming up 9 o'clock, Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Going to be joined by New Realms, Mitch Steele. It's like the guy that, I don't know, I mean, literally wrote the book on IPAs.
He did.
Literally wrote the book.
He has the best fake/porn name ever.
He does.
Yeah. Mitch Steele with an E.
You have to have the E.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good. So, Mitch, top of the 9 o'clock hour. All right, so obviously Jeopardy is going through some guest host right now. They haven't announced who's going to permanently take over the role of hosting. But earlier this month, LeVar Burton, you know him from Star Trek as a kid from Reading Rainbow, really expressed interest in becoming one of the guest hosts. In fact, he tweeted out a change.org petition that nearly 250,000 fans had signed to get him on the list of guest hosts. Well, it was officially announced earlier this week, LeVar Burton will be one of the final guest hosts for the show's 37th season.
LeVar Burton seems like such an easy,
Yes.
that guy should probably be the host of this show just because of the work he's done in the past. Man, this show's been on 37 seasons.
Yeah.
Holy crap. But some of the guest hosts that they plan on having to wrap up the year are Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, David Faber. I've never heard, who's that?
I don't know who that guy is.
Joe Buck. Obviously, you know him very well if you're a football fan or a baseball fan at all. And then LeVar Burton's going to wrap up the 37th season. I would love to see LeVar take over this role permanently.
I think it makes a lot of sense. And I mean, I think he's going to be probably one of the better guest hosts for it. I think he's kind of tailor-made for something like this. And he's very excited. I mean, he tweeted out, "Thank you to y'all for your passion and support. I am overjoyed, excited, and eager to be guest hosting Jeopardy, and will do my utmost best to live up to your faith in me. You made a difference. Go ahead and take my word for it this time." So, I mean, he truly believes it was because of the fans and their support that he was able to land the guest hosting gig.
Well, 250,000 signatures on a change.org petition, that's not exactly the easiest thing to do. So,
No.
I mean, people obviously really wanted to see it. Good for him.
So no matter who gets announced as the new host, I'm not a big Jeopardy guy. I didn't watch it a lot anyway. The host doesn't matter to me. Whoever they announce, it's not like I'm going to tune in. Unless they would get creative and maybe bring in, let's just say, a fictional character to host Jeopardy.
It's just Will Ferrell just up there, like doing a different one every single night of the week.
Dude, that's a great idea.
That wouldn't get old at all.
Well, it's a different character.
Right.
I mean, because I did have him, because, the initial thought would be him as Alex Trebek.
Right.
But you're like,
it's a little cringy.
Right.
Because he passed away and all.
But him as Ron Burgundy, this could be the best. Ron Burgundy is such a great character.
Right.
The first movie, fantastic. Second movie, not so much.
It's okay.
His podcast is garbage.
I haven't listened to it all.
Don't. It's not good. And it's disappointing because that character is so good.
Yeah.
I can see, how often would he botch up the questions because they're the answers? And the teleprompter with question marks, no question marks. I don't know. I think that'd be funny.
Ron Burgundy would be an interesting choice. I think we'd probably get sick of him, though. Although he's such a great character, and I agree with you, he's a great character. I think we'd probably get sick of him after a while. He'd be a fun guest host, but not a permanent one.
Maybe. Are there other fictional characters that you have? Let's hit up a couple, take a break, we'll come back.
Sure.
Do you got one, though?
I love this one. And I know this one's going to sound crazy. You're like, Marshall, you're stupid. Optimus Prime. That's right. Optimus Prime for the Transformers. Robot voice. He's smart.
Right.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
Giant host. Super intimidating. So the contestants won't talk back.
That's true.
I think it'd be pretty incredible.
I like that one a lot. All right. Hit us up on the chat or the text, 800-394-1061. What are some fictional characters you'd like to see host Jeopardy? And we'll run down the rest of our list coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
I love Wanda's getting really hardcore into these cops being at her house.
Are they still there?
She goes, "Let me be nosy and check my camera to see if I can hear what's going on with the neighborhood." And then she wrote, "Fucking birds can't hear anything." Oh, well. Will Bourne goes, Ted is the host. Oh, the teddy bear Ted?
Oh, shoot.
That'd be interesting.
I like that.
Sandy, good morning. In case we didn't say good morning to you, good morning. Rhett showed up. What up, dude? Homer Simpson is Jeopardy host. That would be good, but a lot of work for those guys.
We're going to come right out of this. So
Wilborn, that bear is funny.
Each takes a bong rip before each question.
Wilborn sounds like he just woke up. That bear is funny. Thunder buddies for life. Fuck you, Thunder. Suck my dick. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out once again. We're going to kind of wrap up our convo on fictional Jeopardy hosts here with the last break of the 7 o'clock hour. Next hour, we're going to talk about what astronauts are going to do with dead bodies if they show up on Mars, which is eventually going to happen. If we start to populate Mars, people are going to die up there, and they got to figure out what to do with the dead bodies, because if you just jettison them into space, it's kind of like trashing up space.
Yeah, you have to avoid dead bodies when you fly to Mars.
Could be an issue. Could be an issue when you hit light speed.
Is this an asteroid belt? No, it's just dead bodies.
There's just the cemetery ring around Saturn.
It's the space grave.
Yeah. We're going to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia in the 8 o'clock hour as well. We'll talk about axes for life. My buddy went to Urban Forest Axe House yesterday, dressed as Captain America, just to see if he could throw as Captain America. I'll let you guys know how that went. And then we'll do beer for breakfast and Marshall's Music News to wrap up the show and head you directly into your weekend.
Nice.
Let's see. Rudy and Amanda Zamora, I'm letting you off the hook for trivia today. Sleep in fear. I'll get you next week. Says the guy that I'm currently 2-1 against. Cool. You're a big threat, Rudy. I really scared of you. Let's see. Oh, Rhett has a great one. Vision is host. Do you have Vision on your list?
I don't. That's good.
Vision is a good one.
Oh, wow. What the hell is this? Okay, so
I have no idea.
I'm going to show you in a second. So Ursula Cortez.
Ursula from The Little Mermaid?
Sent us sent us a message on Facebook. And now I got to get back to it. Give me a second here. It said it. Oh, I can't get back to it. Where'd it go? No messages. Messages will appear. There is a message. Damn it. I was just on the message.
Did you delete the message?
No, I don't think so.
Doctor Strange as host would be awesome.
She sent pictures. She goes, "Hey, I was in Beaufort. Did anybody see this at 5:55?" And it was like this weird UFO light thing in Beaufort.
Oh,
nice. Smog from The Hobbit. Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
I generally don't look up our Facebook while we're doing the show. I'm usually looking at texts and stuff. Wanda, thank you for sending screenshots of us posing this morning in our fight poses. Thank you for that. I just saw those. Our stream is typically chill, so when the popos show up, it's our highlight. Last time they came out was because someone shot a gun off around 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Sandy goes, LOL, I just heard that my son was talking shit about me behind my back. What's up, guys? He did show up early. He wasn't, I wouldn't say he was really talking shit. He was fine. Ursula Cortez, good morning. Today at 5:55 a.m., I saw this Oakity Zone in Beaufort. Somebody see this?
There's that. And then this one.
Huh. That's a spaceship. That's
What's going on there, man?
Yeah, she caught a spaceship.
What's all this? Oh, that's your car. Okay, thank you. I don't know. I mean,
Oh, hold on. Maybe that's just a big spotlight.
I don't know.
Nah, fuck it. It's an alien. It's an alien.
We're going aliens.
Yeah. Ooh, don't talk about aliens.
My wife's at work. It's fine.
It's 7:46. It's early.
No,
I
she's
thought she listened. Oh, okay, cool.
No, she's in the car 6:15 to about 7.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, fuck, that's aliens, guys. Let's see. Rhett Parnell says it was the SpaceX ship. Wilborn goes, it's part of the space program launch. Wanda says, laugh my ass off. You're welcome. Yes, for those photos. Thank you. Yoda as Jeopardy host would be interesting.
He's on my list.
Let's see. It launched this morning around 5:30 a.m. Oh, yeah. Yeah, hit her back.
Okay.
Tell her it was a SpaceX program. How did you guys all know this except for us? Like everyone's like, SpaceX idiot. SpaceX. This. We're the news guys. We should have known that.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Be sure to get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. Talking about Jeopardy. Of course, they've had a series of guest hosts, and it took fans and a Change.org petition to get LeVar Burton as one of the final guest hosts. Now, they haven't announced who's going to take over the role permanently, but it doesn't matter, at least for me, because it's Jeopardy, and I probably won't tune in. But if you give me a fun fictional character, I might tune in occasionally to watch Jeopardy. So we put together this list. What about Samuel L. Jackson as Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction? Drop some F-bombs. He's just there in the suit looking good. I don't know, man. Give me Samuel L. Jackson as any character.
Very intimidating. Samuel L. Jackson, for sure, would be an interesting choice. Just going to the chat real quick. We had a bunch of people chime in with possible hosts. Cotter, I want to drop a few at you. Tell me your thoughts.
Okay.
First and foremost, Vision from Marvel.
Knows everything.
Yeah. Ted from the tiny little bear with Mark Wahlberg. The I don't know, haunted bear. I don't know, enchanted bear.
I don't know. I like that, but only if you're in last place, you have to go over and take a bong rip with the bear, with Ted.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Homer Simpson.
Yes.
Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Why not?
That would be, honestly, oh my gosh. Get a question wrong, you go to hell. You lose the game, you go to hell. You win, you go to hell. I mean, just on the stream right now, Kermit the Frog.
I think Kermit would be great.
The most wholesome host ever.
I thought of that. And I initially put him on my list, but then I thought, no, that's too on the nose because, he's the host. Give me Animal from the Muppets hosting. Don't understand what he's saying half the time. He's just yelling at you, screaming.
That'd be a complete S show.
It'd be great. I'd tune in for that. 100%.
Who else you got on your list?
I've got Dwight Schrute, Rainn Wilson from The Office.
Ooh, you'd if you didn't pronounce it right, he'd mess with you. Wrong.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Bruce Campbell is Ash from Evil Dead.
That'd be incredible.
Because you're just going to get his wise assery. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Halfway through the show, he'd fight some deadites. It'd be incredible.
Yoda, because you wouldn't know if he was asking a question, giving you an answer. It would all be screwed up. Nobody would ever win.
No, I hate that.
John Ratzenberger as Cliff Clavin from Cheers. So he was the mailman in Cheers. He just was a know-it-all who knew everything, and John Ratzenberger is a funny man. So I think him in that character, hosting Jeopardy, I'm in.
What about Tony Stark? Tony Stark, Iron Man, that's right. He'd be incredible.
Is he in the suit the whole time?
In and out of the suit.
Okay.
Yeah, like one episode in, one episode out.
He just goes back and forth?
Yeah, depending on his schedule that day.
All right.
Yeah, and one more, Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs. No, I'm not done. One more. Mr. White from Breaking Bad.
Oh,
right?
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Teach you how to make meth after the show. If you win, you got to learn how to make meth.
Side hustle. All right, you can comment and text 800-394-1061. What fictional characters would make a good guest host on Jeopardy? All right, don't forget this weekend, you can give us a text with your name and a number between 1 through 9 because Big Money Monday is going to return Monday morning. Your chance to win a $50 gift card from the Cotter and Marshall Show.
All you need to do, once again, is text us a number between 1 and 9 and your first name, 1-800-394-1061. Go ahead and text us right now. We'll get them in, and we'll choose one random person to spin for Monday morning around 7:30.
Big Money Monday, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Wilborn goes Oscar the Grouch, Kramer, Newman.
Newman.
Gibby goes, A-Dub has a thing with puppets today. With fuzzy, soft puppets. Raven Dante's Marshall, how did you not know the news guy? Oh, the paper guy? How did you not know as the news guy with the SpaceX thing? I don't know. I guess I just totally missed that story. To be clear, when it comes to all that stuff, when we prep for the show the next day, we prep for the show as soon as it's over. So, to be honest, maybe it just came out. I don't know. But yeah, as soon as the show's over at 10 a.m., we start prepping the moment the show's over for the next day, and then we do a roundup around 4 o'clock, and then usually the show is completely in place by 4 o'clock. So maybe we just missed that. I don't know.
Somebody hit us up with the text for guest host Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah.
I like him doing anything.
Yeah, he'd be amazing. I want to go, so you'll announce it for Monday's show. Maybe. Yeah, there's a SpaceX mission. I'll give you a break. It wasn't music news. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, just making sure I have trivia lined up for next hour.
Yeah, this we both, I think, have said this is a potentially really easy round of trivia. That one you got. That one you've got. That one I think could be tough. It's multiple choice. That one you should have. That one you should have. That one you got. And then, yeah, 5 out of 7.
The questions that you say you should have, I feel like I won't get.
I think, yeah, no, I understand that. I feel the same way when, like, the Tiger King thing. Oh, you'll know that one? I did not know that one.
You knew 3 out of 7, 10? 3 out of 10?
Did I get 3?
Yeah.
No, I did because I got 2 in the final 5. Okay, yeah.
It was overnight news. Nothing really happens. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So someone texted us on March 2nd that says, why don't you all answer the phone anymore? And then someone responded nice at 7:44 a.m. Was that you?
He said Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
I don't see that text at all.
Oh, really? Because, yeah, the why don't you guys answer the phone was March 2nd from 2020.
I don't. It does. My thing does not show anything.
Oh, really?
It just randomly says nice.
No. Dexter from
Should have been the biggest a-hole comment. Why'd you answer the phone? Nice. 2 months later.
Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory for the Jeopardy host was what I responded to.
Too funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that came in 2020. Because it was during a pandemic and we didn't necessarily have access to all that. I guess we weren't quite pandemic yet.
All right. Just for looking at, are you smarter than a community college dropout trivia, election coverage, vote count changes. What? Shootings. I have no idea what's going on. Let's see. This week I played 3 times. You played once. I have won 3 times. You've won 1 time. Perfect. Boss Man is listing overnight news that doesn't count. Oh, okay. Shootings, election coverage. Gotcha. Sorry. We're multitasking right now, getting ready for the 8 o'clock hour. And trivia is all set. Perfect. Cool. All right. All right, let's go ahead and answer the internet while we have a few minutes. I think we're in commercial break right now, right?
Yes. And we'll have...
All right. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and answer this question. Everyone hanging out on the chat this morning. Would you rather date a girl or a guy who laughs at everything or laughs at nothing?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, my initial response would be everything because, come on. Don't be an a-hole and not laugh at things. But then how old would that get really quick? Is it better to not laugh at anything? Because, I think I'm going to have to go not laugh at anything. Because I think the laughing at everything would get old after a day.
I think I would choose hear the laughs. I think I would I'd rather date a guy or a girl who laughs at everything. What would you guys want? Once again, question is, would you rather date a girl who laughs at everything, or a guy, or laughs at nothing? Cameron Cross, how annoying is the laugh?
That's just it, man.
Let's just say the laugh's like a 5 out of 10, right in the middle. It's not overly loud. It's not the it's not that. It's like a good hearty laugh. According to Barstool readers, 79% of Barstool readers chose to laugh at everything. Date the person that laughs at everything.
I mean, you feel good about yourself because everything you say would be effing funny.
I'm used to my hubby not laughing at my stuff, so might as well continue with it. Gibby says laughs at everything. Raven Dantes goes, laughing at everything works if it's a 5 out of 10. Sandy goes, if he doesn't laugh, does he at least smile? No, he's emotionless. He's a robot. Got to go no laugh.
Yeah, I think the laughing at everything. I mean, I don't know. I think it would get old. I think it'd get old real quick.
I think at least the laughing and everything. I think if they weren't laughing, then I would question whether they would be having a good time or whether they felt good about anything. Then I would think, oh, that person's probably depressed, and which would bum me out. Therefore, I would be bummed, and then I would not do anything. I would rather have laugh everything.
And that's fair, but they can express. It's not like they have to sit there and look, be depressed the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think they can express joy, but it's just not coming out from laughter,
from their mouth.
They could smile. They don't have to look depressed. They could be like, "That's funny,"
because that's what you want.
Because that's what because they can't laugh. They just have to say,
what if you just rip an absolute killer joke and you're like, "I crushed that joke." Then you looked over at the person you're dating and they're like this. That is funny. You're like, fuck you. That was hilarious. Charles goes, I'd take the laughs. Would be nice, especially with my witty dad jokes. Gibby says, It'd be better than my wife rolling her eyes at me. Laughter is the best medicine. Sandy goes, I show my emotions 24/7, so I will go with laughing with everything. I'm going to go with laughing with everything. I think that's the way to go. That was hilarious. You are funny. You are a robot. Get away from me. Did Russia send you? Okay, 7 o'clock hour is done. What if they have a shitty, depressed look and they're like, that's hilarious, very monotone and Herman Munsterish? I don't know. Still, I mean, that would annoy me, man. I think I'd rather have them just laugh at everything. I'd be like, my dad's dead. And they'd be like, oh, that's sad.
Now, no, if it was if they showed no emotion, different story. I would take the laugh over no emotion. But I mean, I think you can show emotion without laughing, so it's not going to be monotone, necessarily a robot. But no, if it was monotone robot, I'll take the laughing.
But what if you're watching like Anchorman for the first time and you are literally busting a gut?
Right.
I mean, you're crying, laughing.
Right.
And you look over and there's like this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bother me. It bothered me.
I
I'd be
get
like,
that.
why aren't you having a good... Oh, no, this is hilarious. I just don't laugh.
See you, Gibby.
What the hell, Gibby? We have 2 more hours of the show. You have a job. What if I need something verified?
That's true.
Who's going to do that? Poor Wanda? She's got kids.
And she's busy watching cops on the street, too.
Yeah. Oh, look who shows up. Good old Greg, grammar Nazi Geiger. Wanda, fuck them kids from 6 to 10. That should be on a shirt. Definitely getting that shirt made.
Somebody commented on the Facebook page about the job thing. Worked for an evil demon dragon bitch lady in the doctor's office who was so heinous she thought when staff would go to lunch and not come back, it was because good help was hard to find. As soon as I got back, I got another job. It was my turn. Went to lunch, never looked back.
Nice.
You know when it's a a thing at the office, maybe you should look at yourself.
Yeah, when those small doctors' offices, I get it. Doctors can probably come with a quite the ego. All right, so top of the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to talk about what you're going to do with dead bodies on Mars, which is, I know, a little strange, but it's awesome. Then we'll do Fire Away Friday. We'll play the song that you guys chose from the Facebook page, the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page. Make sure to like it. We'll talk about Access for Life, and then wrap up the 8 o'clock hour with trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? I doubt it. Not this week, at least. We're 4-0 as a crew.
Yeah. Say I'm on a nice run, but that run's like 2 games because that's all I've gotten recently.
I think you've gotten 4 straight wins.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see. Let's see. The times you've played, that's a win. That's a win. Sorry, you didn't play for a long stretch.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and I flip-flop those. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 in a row win? 5 wins in a row?
Five wins in a row.
Damn.
The 2 previous to that, you had a tie and you had a loss. So, yeah,
Okay.
you're at 5 wins in a row.
All right.
Your current overall record for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, you are 8 wins, 4 losses, 2 ties. So you were 3, 4, and 2. Well, you had 3 wins and
Yeah.
you were 3, 4, and 2.
Just had to get turned around, man. Had to get it turned around. All right, got about 90 seconds. I don't know. I just found this story really interesting. It's not even anything I ever contemplated before in my life. What happens to the astronauts who would die during a trip to Mars? I don't know.
Dead Bodies on Mars. Is that a band?
It could be.
Wanda says, an F Twitch, stupid, shitty connection. Oh, sorry. Well, or maybe that's your internet connection. Just saying. Wilburn goes, oh shit, what is the problem with our office? What did I do? Damn it, I know I should have worn deodorant.
I'm confused.
I don't know. That's what happens when we say something, look away, and then look back. We're like, I have no idea what I said. Let's see. I did that back when I left Dan Vaden Chevrolet. I told the bitchy lady in parts, I'm going to lunch. I'm pretty sure I'm not coming back. Peace.
There was, I can't remember who it was. It was a friend of a friend who worked in radio who quit on the air. And it was just like, today's my last day, guys. I'm out, and didn't give them 2 weeks, didn't give anybody a heads up, but just got on the air and was just like, yep, I'm quitting. See you later. Like, that's kind of epic, but
that's good.
F up your radio career.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a hard follow-up hire afterwards.
It's not ideal.
No. I mean, it's like, in theory, man, that sounds awesome. Nobody will ever hire you again. All right, be right back. Thanks for hanging out on your Friday morning. Get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. You can also listen to the show. Download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker. Or check us out on the website, rock1061.com. Now, a lot of alien talk over the past few weeks. This one doesn't involve aliens, but it is space. And it made me think, I never thought of this type of situation before. So it was a unique thing to actually kind of, contemplate about. As the last few years, a lot of talk about finally sending people to Mars.
Right.
Making that trip. So what happens to an astronaut if they die on the trip or they die once they get to Mars? What do you do with the body?
I mean, apparently one of the options is to eat it.
That's like the worst case scenario.
Right. Well, I mean, things
is an option.
Things could get real weird up there. I mean, according to them, it seems like the most obvious thing is to burn it. So, I mean, burning the body, putting it behind like the jet thrusters of the spaceship. It seems like the most obvious thing, and that's one of the solutions they have for when this happens, because it's not if, it's when this happens.
Yeah, so the trip alone to Mars is going to take about 7 months, and Elon Musk even once said, if you want to go to Mars, prepare to die. Well, I mean, because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you don't know what the trip's going to be like. Mm-hmm. Supposedly, Mars has got about 700 times more radiation than Earth.
Cool.
Right? So you don't know how that's going to happen with your body. So, I mean, if you die on the way there, I mean, do you just jettison the body? Now, I did read somewhere that it's there's like an unwritten rule or unwritten law that you can't throw bodies out in space. But here they talk about it like it's an option. The problem with that is if they get to the point of taking all kinds of trips to Mars, eventually you've just got, instead of like a meteor shower or, anything like that, you just got dead bodies floating in the space that you have to avoid on your trip to Mars.
Can we just like shoot them into like the rings of Saturn and we can just get like a dead person ring around? That's the J.C. Lewis Memorial dead person ring around, like it's endorsed or sponsored by them. It'd be incredible. It'd be incredible.
Now, NASA doesn't have any protocols yet because it really hasn't been something they thought about, but researchers are starting to look into it. And they said, yeah, one of the options is to jettison the body. Another is like if they get to Mars, you can't just bury the body because they don't want to contaminate the surface. So that's where they'd have to burn the body because once it's burned, everything's dead. So then they could bury it after the fact.
Maybe they could just create like an overhead storage compartment and they just stuff the bodies in there.
But what do you do with them after a while? Because they were saying it's like it's going to take months, if not years, before a return trip to get the body back.
I've seen like those vacuum seal products.
The big plastic bags?
Yeah, the big plastic bags. Just put them in one of those.
Vacuum seal it up.
Stick them up in the attic or whatever. It's fine.
Now, they say because the space is so cold, you can literally just kind of hang the body outside.
You can float them like a balloon.
Right. It's a kite. It's a space kite.
Yeah, maybe it's like the opposite of being buried in the ground. You just float in the sky.
So if I was on the manned trip to Mars, I want it in writing that if I would die, you have to position my body in some random weird way. It's like, what happened to Cotter? Well, he's now a space kite. Look at him. Look at the smile on his face. You can tell he's enjoying this portion of his life.
They're just nude. Cotter's just completely nude, floating like a kite above the spaceship. You're like, yep. 3 more years of staring at him.
We had it in writing. We had to do it. So weird. But yeah, they said the worst case scenario option is
it's like a starfish up there.
But they said the worst case scenario option is if you get to Mars, because once again, you don't know what it's going to be like. You got to build living, housing. You've got to make sure you have enough food. But what if you run out of food? I mean, do you eat the body? Do you go full alive and eat them?
I don't know. I mean, what else can you eat? The rocks?
I don't know. I mean, I watched the movie with Matt Damon. You make potatoes.
Yeah. You screw potatoes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would probably regret my decision to go to Mars.
I was going to say, if presented with the option of going on a manned trip to Mars, would you do it?
No, I'm good.
Really?
Nah.
Now, you wouldn't want to be like, hey, Marshall, you're going to be one of the first people to go to Mars.
I got 99 problems, and going to Mars is one, Cotter. I just don't need to go to Mars. I have enough issues here on Earth. I don't need to bring them to Mars. Another planet, probably a bad idea.
All right, fair enough. Coming up next, we're going to talk Fire Away Friday. Oscars are coming up on Sunday. So we've got 3 artists that are Oscar nominated. Harder to find rock stars. They've got an Oscar nomination than you'd think. We'll tell you what your 3 choices are coming up after this. Pretty Reckless, Rock 106.1.
Wilborn says we need to start drinking to follow our own topics. That was before the break.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. Drinking? What do you mean?
Because we weren't following along with the chat by also getting ready for the show while also doing the show. I don't know. We're not perfect today. Okay, bud. Wanda says, let it float and tie a get well balloon to their suit. She goes, well, never mind. Cotter ruined that thought. When the bodies are picked up by a gravitational field, they would burn up in whatever atmosphere they hit. Oh, like they would like the re-entry. Yeah. And just throw them out in space then. They'll eventually get burned up.
I saw Total Recall. I'm not having my face melt off. Good point. Cops are still there.
Must be serious because they never stay this long. Just fire a warning shot out your back door and see what they do. A-Dub, would want you to do the first live remote from Mars? Oh, yeah, he probably would.
I could sell it.
Yeah, he'd have to sell it first. But he would. All right, I know it's close to the end of the show because the only notes I have left is Marshall's Music News.
Yep.
Well, I also have my notes for the interview, but that's a separate sheet. Fire warning shot. I mean, what we used to do as kids, speaking of the cops, what we used to do as kids, if we wanted like the cops to get out of our way so we could go buy beer underage at the gas station where all my friends would work the register.
Yeah.
We would call the cops and say there was a suspicious person at the grade school.
Yeah.
Which was across town. but across town at Deer Creek's like 5 minutes.
Sure.
So we call in I'm so sorry. I'm a concerned citizen. There's a suspicious person at the grade school. Thank you, ma'am. We wait about 15 minutes, and then we know the cop will be on the other side of the town looking around the school.
Right.
And then we go buy beer at Casey's, the general store. And that's how I bought beer more than a dozen times.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wanda says no thanks on the shooting out the back door. She goes, I haven't showered or dressed for jail this morning. Well, this weekend was looking to be a lot of fun, but according to the rain, we're not going to have as much fun.
Yeah.
Stupid rain. So King of the Hog is canceled. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. That is getting moved. Actually, not canceled. Sorry. That is getting moved to the middle of May. The big things over the weekend right now are Mortal Kombat. Obviously, as you can see, if you're watching the live stream, we're very excited about it. So Mortal Kombat's going to be on HBO Max, plus you can go to the movie theater to see it. I'm going to choose to go to the movie theater. It'll be my first time back since, I think, January or February of 2020. So I'm very excited about getting my butt back into one of those beautiful seats. Also tomorrow night, UFC 261, 3 title fights tomorrow.
Damn.
And, of course, it's free to watch UFC fights at the Draft Room at Berwick.
That is true. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. It is a Fire Away Friday. Last night, we posted to the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page 3 songs, and you get to pick which one we play today. Now, Oscars are coming up on Sunday, so I'm like, you know what? I'll look for rock stars or bands that have been nominated for Oscars. There's got to be at least, 5, 7, maybe 8. There are 3. Now, there could be more, but 3 that we could play here in Rock 106.1.
Sure.
One, of course, Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor, an Oscar Award winner. So we're going The Perfect Drug, one of your options for Nine Inch Nails.
Great song.
Of course, Jared Leto won an Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club. So 30 Seconds to Mars, The Kill, and the only other band that I could find that were nominated for an Oscar that is a rock band is U2.
What was the Oscar they were nominated for?
They were nominated for 2, I don't remember, best songs for a couple movies. Bono was nominated for one by himself. The band was nominated for one as a whole group. So going their song Vertigo. So those are the 3 options. It would take a miracle for Nine Inch Nails' The Perfect Drug not to be the song we're playing at this point in time.
I think they got, the majority of the votes. But you can vote right now on the chat if you'd like, if you're watching the live stream, or you can go to the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page and vote right there as well. But we play that song here coming up in just a few moments.
Fire Away Friday, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, dude, Casey's Pizza has probably the best gas station pizza out there.
It's legit, man. It's really good.
Dude, their breakfast pizza is my favorite. That's one of the main reasons I love going home to eat Casey's breakfast pizza.
They're
incredible.
They're donuts. They're cake donuts. Chocolate cake donut, vanilla icing. Holy shit. It was so good.
Pretty damn good. Let's see. Last movie I saw before the shutdown, Ford versus Ferrari. Great movie. At the Alamo in Woodbury, Minnesota. Cool-ass movie theater. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually I'm going big. I'm going big back into the movie game. I'm going straight to the IMAX. So
I get it, man.
I wasn't even thinking about IMAX. My wife suggested it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was like, "You're paying, right?" And she said yes. So big time win.
Even better.
All right, Mitch Steele from New Realm should be here in about 15 minutes or so. Him and his handler. Let's check out, see how bad this rain's going to be over the weekend. Brett says, I'm going to watch it on HBO Max later tonight when the kiddos go to sleep. That's a great idea.
Here we go. A few minutes. I'll be right back.
Just remember, guys, everyone has a homework assignment this weekend. Your homework assignment is to watch Mortal Kombat. We're going to talk about it a lot on Monday. We're going to do a little review. We'll talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. It's getting some pretty solid reviews out there. I think IGN gave it like a 7 out of 10. Most everyone else is giving it really positive ratings. Let's see what they're saying about Saturday. Saturday, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then mainly cloudy during the afternoon with thunderstorms likely. A few storms may be severe, high near 75. Chance of rain is 90% with 20-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, I guess that's probably a good reason to push back the King of the Hog barbecue competition. Right? It's a homework assignment for everyone. We all need you guys to watch Mortal Kombat. As you can tell, we're very excited about it. Make sure to check out Mortal Kombat over the weekend. HBO Max, I mean, anything. You can get a free 7-day trial still. So there's literally no reason not to check it out. Tim says, I saw Blade Runner 2049 in IMAX, then 2 more times. Worth it. I don't know. I watched that movie once. I think I need to go back and rewatch it. I don't know if I really enjoyed it as much as I probably should have. But I need to go back and watch Blade Runner 2049 for sure. Yeah, so Saturday looks pretty shitty. I was just going over the weather.
Okay.
It's essentially scattered thunderstorms, afternoon cloudy with a chance of more thunderstorms with severe thunderstorms.
Okay.
So Saturday's not looking great. We're having a rain-snow mix on Sunday, but then we get up to high-end 60s and 70s, hoping it's the end of this BS weather in Minnesota. Yeah, dude. Sean, how do you like using Twitch over Facebook, man? I know you were doing a little. Are you still suspended from Facebook? Is that why you're on Twitch? Tim goes, watch the original if you haven't seen it. A little more context. No, I've seen the original Blade Runner. It's just been, and I think I watched it kind of just a few years back. So, I think I watched it just before I watched 2049. Very cringy rape robot scene in the original Blade Runner. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was chewing. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've seen that.
Wanda says, I agree, Tim. Got to watch the first one prior to seeing this. Tim goes, Wanda, and read the book. Get out of here. We don't read books on this show. We watch movies. Get over it. The last movie I went to wasn't even in talkie. Who's got money for that? All right. How much time we at?
We've got about 4-ish minutes.
Cool. I'm going to go use the restroom. We'll
Okay. So we got our Fire Away Friday song. We're going to talk Axes for Life. Got until Monday, I believe, to enter. You can do that. Rock 1061 Facebook page. King of the Hog, which, of course, got moved from this weekend to May 15th. Then we'll get into some trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. Then we've got Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner. Mitch Steele from New Realm. He's going to be in studio. Man wrote a book about IPAs. He knows his stuff. Used to work out at Stone. It's been with New Realm for a while now. So excited to have him in studio. He's kind of a big deal. And, of course, we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News. So that's coming up today. Once again, if you're a fan of Letterkenny, I'll be honest, I've never seen an episode. I am hosting Letterkenny Trivia tonight at Coastal Empire Beer Company. I believe sign-in for your team starts at 6:30. Trivia starts at 7. So you can come play some Letterkenny trivia. If not, you should come out and drink good beers, of course, at Coastal Empire. Marshall and I are going to hit up New Realm after work today. We've got a meeting downtown at noon, so they open at 11. We're going to get there right at 11. A beer, a cocktail, some food. Looking forward to that. So kind of our start to the weekend anyway. Saturday, still don't know what's going on yet. The rain could just put a kibosh on kind of everything. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, man, I don't know. That's about it. I mean, I'm hosting trivia on Saturday too, but that's someplace out in an HOA, so it's a private one. We'll see how that goes. And then Sunday, I plan on doing nothing. I mean, literally just nothing. I don't want to do anything, so that's going to be my Sunday. I look forward to it. Then we're back next week. Wife's birthday is next week. She's getting harder to shop for because anytime I ask her what she wants, I really don't get an answer. She's talked about a massage, and she's had a bulging disc in her bulging disc in her back. That has been an issue for a while. So I went over to the massage place next door and be like, what's a good idea for this sort of situation? So that could be an option. She wants a chair for a library area we have in our house where all our kids' books are. So that would be one of the reasons we head out to Hilton Head on Saturday if we do. So I don't know. She's harder and harder to buy for as she gets older, just because she gives me no options. Nothing to choose from. Hubby said, "Looks okay." So Wanda's updating everybody. I know how involved everyone is about the drama at the home front. So last update, Hubby says, "Looks like someone is getting kicked out of their house. All this excitement so early in the morning. Damn." Yeah, right. We talked about that story for about last night. Crazy stuff, right? Come into this mansion and think, "Oh yeah, we'll just do our wedding here. Nobody's here." Not so fast. All right, guys, be right back. Thanks for hanging out this morning on air and on the stream. Get the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So next Saturday, going to be hanging out at Urban Forest Axe House in Savannah, throwing axes. Team Cotter, Team Marshall, someone is going to win axe throwing for life.
Yeah, and my latest team member of Team Marshall, a.k.a. Team Slangin' and Bangin', he went there yesterday to practice.
I get that.
But we talked about him dressing up as Captain America because he cosplays.
Yeah.
And he went there dressed up as Captain America. He took the shield. Actually, I'll show the picture real quick on the live stream if you're happen to be watching right now. This is my friend Tim. He's joining Team Marshall, and he went there, and he feels overly confident that not only can he win, but he definitely can't do it in that suit.
Yeah, that's a bummer, but I get it. I mean, as much as I would like to for him to be impaired while throwing, I get it. You don't want to lose it because you're wearing a skin tight outfit.
Well, I told him, I go, if you can't wear the Captain America suit, then you have to go topless. So
then he went, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he will be going topless.
That's the only
Saturday.
Shirt he wears is the Captain America outfit.
Yeah, that's actually the only piece of clothing he owns, which is kind of weird.
That's really awkward.
Yeah, I'm very happy that after our conversation just on air yesterday, he literally took it verbatim. He dressed up as Captain America, drove to Urban Forest Axe House, and then practiced yesterday.
I appreciate the effort. That's awesome.
That is a commitment to the process.
It really is. All right, so we have one more spot on each team, plus an alternate Monday. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, we're going to announce both our fourth and alternates on the show on Monday.
So you have to get to the Rock 1061 Facebook page and comment on the post pinned to the top if you want a shot to either throw for Team Cotter or Team Marshall. So just comment on that post. Do it anytime prior to Monday, and then we'll announce our final team members for Axes for Life Urban Forest Axe House in Savannah. So once again, hit us up on Facebook. All right, Fire Away Friday. In honor of the Oscars on Sunday, we went with Oscar-nominated artist. We've got Nine Inch Nails, because, of course, Trent Reznor nominated for an Oscar. I believe he's won one. I think he's nominated for one again on Sunday.
He's only missing
Soul.
He's missing a Tony for the EGOT. He's an ego.
And I really want a Trent Reznor written musical.
It would be very interesting.
Dark and weird and creepy. I'm in. So Perfect Drug is the choice for Nine Inch Nails. Of course, Jared Leto won an Oscar for acting for the Dallas Buyers Club. So 30 Seconds to Mars, The Kill. Or U2 has been nominated for a couple Oscars. Their song Vertigo. It wasn't even close.
Nine Inch Nails for the win, ladies and gentlemen.
It is Fire Away Friday. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
The confidence is the suit, says Raven Dantes. Wanda says she wants to come see the event now. People are dressing up. I think some people may dress up. We do have, I think we're getting T-shirts done for each team.
I think Urban Forest Axe House is putting together T-shirts for everybody.
Yeah, I'm going there today at 3 o'clock just to go over the tournament style that we're going to do to make sure that we're all set for Friday.
No, I'm looking forward to
next Saturday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Speaking of fun, do you want to change the board? Are we at 4 days?
Oh, shoot. I forgot to bring it up this morning. Yeah. I think we're at 4.
Yeah, let's go ahead and change it.
Damn. So now what's the over-under? How many days in a row do we get before there's a situation?
I mean, I think we're probably next week.
All right, 4 days without a studio issue.
I think we're probably, Mondays, for some reason, there's a gremlin that comes in here
That's true.
over the weekend, and usually Mondays we have an issue. We don't know what it is, but something or somehow something gets changed, moved, something happens, a computer update, something goes wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and say Monday.
Yeah, I get that.
But as anyone who may be on the stream right now who doesn't know, we've had lots of studio issues since we started the show, but we've been on a streak of 4 days. If we could make it to 30, we're going to buy our engineer cake, who's told us that he doesn't like cake. No big deal. We're just ignoring that fact.
Yeah.
And then we are going to invite all of our hardcore listeners out to have a piece of cake with Tim.
I like it. No, I think it's fun.
We're going to celebrate Tim.
Yeah.
Celebrate Tim Day.
Clean Marine, good morning.
As always, I love a good Marine. Showing up at the back end of the show, making sure this thing gets cleaned up. As I said yesterday, we make a big mess around here. We need you here.
All right, so here, King of the Hog reminder. Still want to leave around 10:30?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We'll need to drive separately, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't going to drive you fucking anywhere. I got shit to do, man.
Fair enough. I do too. Pick up the kid. I did go into Haversham yesterday prior to picking up the kid and been on an IPA kick, so I just got a 6-pack of IPAs. And Jeff was like, this is good, this is good, this is good. I'm like, all right, give them all to me. So mix and match.
You bought like 3 6-packs when you went in to buy one?
No, I just got the one. No, I got a mix and match 6-pack. So 6 different beers. So he was like, this one's good, this one's good. So picked up the new, there's a new one from Southbound I haven't had yet. I don't remember what it's called, but oh, I'm excited. I had another one. I picked up one from Brewdog. The guys that are like out of Ireland or Scotland or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then they've got a brewery in the United States. Really want to like them. I haven't had one yet that I was like, oh, that's good. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
It was just, they called it a spiky IPA. I don't know what that means, but it was just okay.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to IPAs, I mean, with Mitch coming in, I think you could probably get a good basis of what to get off of him.
I'm curious. I mean, I one of the questions I just want to ask is, what do you consider a good IPA? I'm curious if he is a fan of the milkshake IPA and this, is he a purist? Is he okay with, all of the additives that we're getting recently?
I think he's probably up for the task. I mean, in an interview I was watching with him, he actually was talking about seltzers and then the popularity of them and how to make a good seltzer. So
yeah, that's interesting.
He's well versed. Right. I saw that story in regards to Conor McGregor buying the pub that he punched the old guy in yesterday.
Yeah.
He goes, first thing as a new owner was ban the old guy from the coming back. That'd be kind of funny. Wait, is that true? No, that's not true. Clean Marine, yeah, I made others clean messes by the time I was time to leave the Corps. Perfect. You're driving down for Christmas? Yes. Yeah, bring us a spotted cow, dude. Just bring us whatever you think is good up there.
Yeah, we're not picky.
And I'll make sure to run over and get you a Coastal glass in return.
30 seconds.
To replace the one that your wife broke.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Streaming Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch each and every morning. So tomorrow, we were supposed to be out at Savannah Harley-Davidson for the King of the Hog barbecue competition. However, it is pretty much supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so they are not canceling, but postponing and pushing it back to May 15th.
I was excited for it, man. We were supposed to be judging all sorts of butts and briskets and sauces. Our friend Anthony Lanier was supposed to be there. Former NFL player.
Yeah.
Currently playing up, I think, in the CFL. So we're going to hang out with him again. I was excited about that. So this is kind of a bummer. But look, whatever. Let's get the rain out of the way. Whatever. May 15th is that new date. We expect to see all of you at Savannah Harley-Davidson for the King of the Hog, baby.
If you'd like to compete or just get more information, you can check out the website. It is kingofthehog.com. Now it is time for some trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? It is brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery. Both you and I, Marshall, are on a nice run here. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not getting beat on a Friday. I don't know how you feel about it. I'm not going to lose on a Friday.
I'll tell you what, I'm exhausted for playing 3 out of 4 days this week. You know what? You could totally have this, but I mean, obviously it's our listeners' choice.
Yeah, it's up to them. So 800-394-1061, 1 round of trivia, 7 questions, 60 seconds. So if you'd like to play, give us a call right now. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery, Rock 1061. Check, check, check. Rock 1061, who's this?
Hey, it's Trey. You guys still need somebody?
We do, man. Who do
Turn my radio off.
Oh, yeah. All right, who do you want to take on, myself or Marshall?
I want to take on Marshall because his wife is my dental hygienist.
Okay.
All right,
Wait, did she do a good job or a bad job on your teeth?
She does a great job. Nicole's the best.
All right, okay. All right, here we go.
All right, did you say your name was Trey?
Yeah, it's Trey.
Perfect. Okay. All right, man. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. If you don't know an answer and you want to pass, feel free to do so. If there's time at the end, we'll come back to it, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. Question number 1, true or false? When Eminem won his Oscar in 2003, he no-showed the event.
And true.
That is correct. What is the most populated continent on the planet?
Asia.
Correct. Multiple choice. What NBA player has played in the most games? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Vince Carter, or Robert Parrish?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Incorrect. What magical item decides what house each student belongs to at Hogwarts?
The Sorting Hat.
That is correct. Name one of the primary colors.
Blue.
That is correct. Dead or alive, Wayne Newton.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one?
Sure. Dead or alive, Wayne Newton.
Alive.
That is correct. And finally, multiple choice. What year did the U.S. land on the moon? 1968, 1969, or 1970?
1969.
That is correct. Dude, excellent job. They wave down Marshall. Trey got 6 out of 7.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Said it was potentially an easy round. Trey killed it.
Man, I mean, there's no way I'm going to, tie at most.
You can run the board.
Yeah, I would have to run it, though. Oh, I don't know.
All right, Trey.
Damn it, Trey.
We'll be right back to you. Hang tight, man. All right, Marshall, here you go. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1, which is true or false. When Eminem won his Oscar in 2003, he no-showed the event.
True.
That is correct. What is the most populated continent on the planet?
China?
Continent.
Oh. Asia.
That is correct. I'll let it slide. What NBA player has played in the most games? Multiple choice. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Vince Carter, or Robert Parrish?
Vince Carter played forever. Vince Carter?
Incorrect. What magical item decides what house each student belongs to at Hogwarts?
Oh, the hat. The magical sorting hat.
There you go. Name one of the primary colors.
Green.
Incorrect. Dead or alive, Wayne Newton.
Wayne's alive.
That is correct. Multiple choice. What year did the U.S. land on the moon? 1968, 1969, or 1970?
I want to say 69.
That is correct. 5 out of 7.
Trey, you son of a bitch.
Very nice.
All right, man, we're just going to grab your number real quick. I'm going to call you after the show, and I'll hook you up with a free live stream to go check out Korn. Korn does a live stream tomorrow night. If you want to check that out, I'll hook you up.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Trey.
Yeah, guys.
All right, see you, man. All right, here we go. The correct answers for that round. It was true. Eminem, when he won his Oscar in 2003, no-showed the event. What is the most populated continent on the planet? It is Asia. What NBA player has played in the most games? Robert Parrish.
Hey, he played for the Bulls and the Celtics,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
The magical item that sorts the magical item that decides what house each student belongs to. Hogwarts, the sorting hat. So just looking for sorting, not just hat. Name one of the primary colors: red, yellow, or blue. Wayne Newton is alive, 79 years old. Horrible plastic surgery to the face. And what year did the U.S. land on the moon? 1969.
I hate to actually you,
Yeah?
but just Googled it, and it's red, green, and blue for primary colors.
No, it's not, because it's red, yellow, and blue. Yellow and blue make green. So, actually, it's not a primary color.
See what happens when you mix together the 3 primary colors of light, red, green, and blue. I'm just saying, that's what it said.
Okay, we'll look into it.
I'll take the loss. I'll take the loss. Don't get me wrong. I'll still take the loss. I'm just saying, I was like, I damn sure green was one. Sorry, I looked it up.
No, primary colors are the colors you don't have to mix to get other colors.
Okay. All right. I got it wrong.
We'll verify. We'll verify. All right. So we're back on Monday. Another round of Are You Smarter Than the Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by Rotten Little Bastard Distillery, Rock 1061. All right, guys. We will be right back.
I'll stick with you guys on the chat.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is that playing back right now?
We're not quite there yet, I don't think. I think we've got about a minute and a half, then it is.
Okay. All right, guys. So what's going to happen is we're going to play the rest of the song, and then we go right into what you guys just heard live on the stream. I took the loss. Yes, I'm upset as well. And everyone was giving me shit. So you know what? and like I said on the stream, I smoke about 95% of you. So you know what? Open challenge daily, guys. Call me up weekdays.
It's true.
At this point, I've played almost 2 weeks worth more than Cotter's played. So remember, he's also available to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout?
I'm happy to play because that means I don't have to write as much trivia.
Want to have a good weekend? Swing back in if your phone call ends early.
See you later, Wanda.
And once again, don't forget Mortal Kombat. Everyone has to watch it this weekend. But this is exciting. We have Mitch Steele in the lobby right now. Him and Jennifer from the marketing place.
Jennifer.
Yeah. From Abshire Public Relations. She's handling Mitch today, so they're going to be coming in here in just a few moments. I'm going to go grab the glasses, then I'm going to bring them in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump over from Are You Smarter, and then just make sure that our third camera's on. Perfect.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I'm very excited about this, to have Mitch Steele in studio from New Realm, formerly of Stone, and wrote the book on IPAs. Big music guy, big music guy. He has a 50,000 song music collection and is a regular guitar player, and is a guitar player in a rock band. So yeah, big music guy, big beer guy. Got into it. He was a home brewer. 1988, he's made his passion a profession. So he's been doing this since 1988. The man knows how to brew some beer. So it's I'm very, very excited to have him in studio to talk to him and just kind of pick his brain about IPAs, beers in general. Maybe we can ask about where he thinks the craft beer industry is heading. You know, are we going to see what's the next style of beer that's going to hit it big? It says he was talking about seltzers in another interview. So who knows? If you got a question for Mitch, if there's something you'd like to ask him, hit us up now in the chat. If you got a question for Mitch Steele of New Realm, and of course New Realm just opened up in Savannah, downtown. Getting the exact address here. 120 Whitaker Street in Savannah. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Look forward to it. Once again, if you have a question for Mitch Steele, go ahead and hit us up now in the chat, and we'll ask him. Maybe ask him in between commercials here. But excited to have him in studio. I feel like he's coming in now.
Mitch, this is Cotter.
Hi, dude. It's so good to meet you, man. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it so much. Yeah. Come on in, sit down. Yeah. How are things going?
Good.
Nice. Yeah, I bet. The opening going so far with the new place?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Turn his mic on.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, our plan is we got a meeting at noon, so we're gonna swing down prior and grab some lunch before we go to our meeting.
Cool.
So I haven't been able to make it down yet. So we're gonna go down today.
I'll be in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We're gonna get there about 11. So head down for lunch. Excited to check it out.
Okay. All right, so Mitch, we're currently on the live stream. Got some folks hanging out with us today for Beer for Breakfast. We won't go on for Beer for Breakfast for another 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
I watched a lot of interviews that you've done over the past few years. So I hope you're not nervous. I'm going to break some of them down and give you some performance tips.
Okay, awesome. Can I get a beer first?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, just like, even if you Google have you ever Googled yourself? Actually, is a good question.
It's been a long time since I have.
Because you're the autobiography that people write about you, even if you just put in Mitch Steele, right? The first thing they write is Mitch Steele is a true Renaissance man. Do you feel like a Renaissance man?
No, no. I feel like I'm part of a really cool club.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Renaissance man is quite just to start off someone's resume with Renaissance.
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty lofty, isn't it?
Right?
You Google my name, it says John Marshall. There's a law school, and I'm like the 80th result, and it's like failed radio DJ. You are a Renaissance man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Outstanding.
That's kind of neat.
How's the opening of New Rome going for you guys?
It's going well.
Yeah.
It's been a really fun project. We've got a great team in there running the restaurant. I've been really impressed with them. Had dinner there last night for the first time. So, and we're, we've got things going in the back with the distillery and the brewery. So we're
staying busy.
Yeah. And I'm just looking for a full-time person to come in there and work there.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I keep coming down from Atlanta to do the work. And so
Need somebody there.
Are you based out of Atlanta?
yeah, I live in Atlanta.
Okay, you live in Atlanta, and I heard a rumor that your kid goes to SCAD here or something, right?
My daughter goes to SCAD. She's an illustration major.
Oh, cool.
In her second or third year, she's kind of right on the cusp.
Are you just gonna hire into the beer family and just have her do all the cans and everything?
I think she wants to do television, really.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good for her. All right, so we're still a few minutes out. So
Yeah.
there's this game we play called Answer the Internet.
Okay.
It's from the guys, you know, Barstool Sports. You know the guys.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
So they put this game out, and they have some really weird questions. Some we can't answer live on the stream, kind of like that one. Let's find one that we can answer. Oh, that's a good one. Mitch, I want you to answer this first. Would you count to 1 million for $1 million? You're locked in an empty room until you're finished.
Yes.
Cotter?
Yeah, I think I would. Bring it on, man.
How long do you think it would take to count to 1 million?
Take a while. I mean, I'm assuming I get a bathroom break every now and then.
It's an empty room. There's a hole in the floor.
Still worth it.
Yeah. They literally break the door down and they literally put up a finished wall. There is no exits.
That's an interesting question because I don't know how long it would take. I mean, how do you estimate that?
Yeah, I can't even
until you
judge
actually
that.
do it.
Yeah.
A couple days. I think it would take a couple days, right?
I mean, you would have to.
Yeah. Guys, go ahead and drop your answers into the chat. Once again, would you count to 1 million for $1 million? You were locked in an empty room until you're finished. What if you lost your spot? What if you just forgot where you were?
Over?
Oh, that would be a drag.
Yeah. Got to start over?
Yeah. Raven Dantes goes, can I get some water at least? Yes, you can have a water and a hole in the floor. Clean Marine says, hell no, that would take a long time. Actually, that's a great, you know what? This is a great opportunity for, let's Google something with Marshall.
How long would it take?
How long would it take to count to 1 million? I would like to know. Let's see if the internet has an answer for that. Oh my gosh. According to Google, it would take 11 days, 13 hours, 46 minutes, and 40 seconds to count from 1 to 1 million.
Nonstop.
At one number per second with no breaks at all for any reason.
Okay. Ooh. That just got really long.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Because, I mean, you can't do that not straight. So, I mean.
With nothing in a room except for water and bread and a hole in the floor.
I mean, because, there's no
Brett
way.
says yes. He goes, count. No pun intended. Me in. Raven Dantes goes, then hell yes. When do I start counting? Not from us. We barely get $500 to fix the stuff in the studio. You think we're going to give you $1 million? And if anything, we would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if we just did it together? Can we tag team it?
I like that.
Can we triple team it?
Triple team.
We'll do
split
shifts.
I'm okay with that.
8-hour shifts.
Get some downtime, get to sleep. I'm in.
Yeah. That's easier. Maybe a month because of sleep and eating, according to Clean Marine 71. He thinks he could do it in a month. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Charles Taylor goes, but when I finish, I can retire.
That's true.
Solid point.
Very true.
All right, guys, we're back on air here in what? How much longer?
We got about 5 minutes.
5 minutes? So?
A little over that. See where we at with this. Yeah.
So you said you had dinner at New Realm last night.
I did.
What did you have? I mean, is the menu exactly the same from Atlanta? Is it different?
It's about 80% the same. So every one of our restaurants that we have certain core dishes that we do in every one of them. But there's more seafood on the menu here.
Yeah.
I had a crab cake sandwich, which was quite good, and my wife had the fish and chips, which is excellent.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I have a great story about New Realm. So my wife and I went to the Atlanta location, and we had a great time.
Awesome.
More than probably one should have. And I think we were actually that was actually the last stop of multiple stops at Atlanta breweries, and we got some food to go, right? And I was so excited. We had burgers, and we had like the Bao Bao buns or whatever.
Is
that? Do you have? Are those located? Are these on the menu here in Savannah?
No, they're not.
Damn it! I'm gonna tell my wife that. I keep giving her crap about this. So anyway, we got $40 plus worth of food. Like we were going to stuff our faces back in the hotel room. So we grab an Uber back. And we have 2 bags of food. I mean, there was so much. There was 2 bags. So we get out of the Uber, and she had them. And we go up to the hotel room, and I'm like, I open the bag, and it had like the fries, like the cheese fries where we ordered, and like one other small like side dish. And I'm like, where's the other bag? Where is the other bag? And she's like, I don't know. We left like probably $35 worth of food for that Uber driver, and they never said anything. They ate so good. They must have been so excited because I ran the gamut on that menu. I was drooling in the Uber thinking about it. I even held back from because you're not really supposed to eat in Ubers. I couldn't hold myself back. I almost couldn't hold myself back, but I did, and we totally left in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I would like a $50 New Realm gift card for my ignorance.
Let me work on that.
Yeah, work on that, Mitch, please. It was that was one of the most disappointing.
Yeah.
That was, you know what? That was the most disappointing part of that trip.
I get that. I get that.
The little bun things. I was so excited about those.
Those are good.
And now they're. Can you bring those to Savannah, please?
I can pitch it to the chef. Yes.
Elbow them a little bit. You know, the fish and chips can go off for like a month. Bring those buns in, man. I would buy so many just to bring them in our house. I'd hide them like Easter eggs for my wife to find. All right, so a couple minutes away still. That's what happens when you come in early, man. You get to answer the internet.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get into your backstory. We'll explain why you're such a big deal to everyone once we're on the air. But before we do that, let's have you answer this.
Okay.
Here's a poll the internet question. Your girlfriend keeps nagging you to get healthy, and you go to the gym with her. Would you lose a few pounds or break up with her instead of going to the gym? So essentially, once again, your girlfriend keeps nagging you to get healthy and go to the gym with her. Would you lose a few pounds or just break up with her? Once again, girlfriend, not wife. Are you happy with yourself? She's trying to change you?
I mean, I'd go to the gym. I mean, why not? I mean, you can improve yourself. I mean, unless it's a crappy relationship and you're just looking for a way out. And I got an excuse. There you go.
I don't know. I hate going to public gyms. I don't know if that's weird about me. I'd rather work out in my garage. Big time garage workout guy.
I get that. No. That makes sense. But no, I'd go to the gym. Why not?
Mitch?
Yeah. I mean, I used to go to the gym all the time until COVID. So I've got workout equipment in my house now. So, if somebody tells me they want to exercise with me, I'll probably say, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you got somebody who's motivated, because I need somebody pushing me sometimes.
All
the times. And so having that, because she'd be there obviously wanting me to lose a few pounds, motivating me, I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. She's calling you fatty the whole time.
She's
probably like, run faster, fatty. Lose those pounds. Clay Marine says I go to the gym. I do everything with my wife, but did before that we were married too. Raven Dantes goes, go to the gym. I'm a fatty. I could lose a few pounds. Rhett goes, is she hot? I just watch her work out in yoga pants. That would help, but I don't think it'd help your relationship much. Charles goes, make her work out with you and make her sore as shit the next day.
She had to do your workout, yeah.
Charles wakes up at 3 a.m.-ish in the morning, and maybe it's later than that, but I'm going to say it's 3 a.m. This dude wakes up and works out. I don't have the motivation to wake up that early.
Yeah, that's pretty early.
Do you work out? Are you a night or a morning person when it comes to working out?
Morning. So, yeah, my routine is I get up, I'm at my desk at about 6, and I kind of recap everything that happened overnight and the day before, and then 7 o'clock or so, I hop on a bike or a rowing machine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you has there ever been like an overnight explosion in a beer place that you've worked at? Like you're like, waking up in the morning, like there's like 30,000 gallons of beer on the floor. Like, okay, we need to sort this out.
I've gotten a lot of middle of the night phone calls in breweries that have worked 24/7. So I don't remember that specific. That happened on a weekend one time, but not overnight. But we've had emergency situations and people call and you got to drive in and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever had to fire anyone for like, dropping in the wrong hops into the wrong vessel?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's kind of a big deal.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
How's that conversation go? Be like,
well, yeah, it's like what happened. You try to figure out what happened, and if the person is a continual mistake maker, there's, that's just a problem.
Yeah,
somebody who's not paying attention to what they're doing.
It's kind of a big deal, especially in that industry.
Yeah, it seems like it's a pretty precise science.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's only so much you can do with blending.
What's your favorite one-off beer that you're currently doing? Like, what's is there like a special one-off that you're super excited about it? Like, is there exclusives to each market?
There will be,
okay.
Yeah. Once we really get things into gear, there's going to be exclusive beers here in Savannah, and we Atlanta is our innovation place, so we have a lot of exclusives.
Your facility
there.
in Atlanta is gigantic.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Massive.
Yeah, it is big. It is big. We just finished off a beer that we call Lutra Crisp Lager, and it's a light lager that's got a light dry hop, and it's super drinkable and really tasty. Yeah,
very crushable.
Yeah, so that's the one I'm excited about right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, got about 90 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, Charles says, Charles confirms me and Mrs. Taylor at 3 a.m. working out.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
You guys heard like Mark Wahlberg's schedule? Like his schedule to like see it is insane. He wakes up at like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's his first workout. Then is like his first meal. He showers. He like goes over like scripts and stuff. Right. Then when his kids are up at 6 a.m., he takes them to school. And then he gets in like a second workout for the day. And then he does work meetings. And then he comes back. He picks up his kids from school, has dinner with them, has more meetings, and then goes to sleep at like 8 o'clock. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, no
like,
thanks.
There was a schedule of what his life is like that he put out there just to be like, oh, this is my regular day. And it's like, that's not a normal person. No one does that. That's why I think waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning is crazy for Charles over here, but good for you, man. I can't do that.
No, I can't do it.
You know what's awesome? Sleeping in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. Cotter and Marshall Show here on your Friday. Time for Beer for Breakfast. Brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. You can check out Coach's this weekend. They've got the Fractions playing tonight. Jupiter Coyote playing tomorrow. Great live music back in the Soundgarden over at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. So Beer for Breakfast this morning. It's an honor to have in studio from New Realm, Mitch Steele. Mitch, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, everybody that we talked to and we said, hey, we've got Mitch from New Realm coming in, they're like, oh, it's a big deal. That's a big deal, guys.
You're kind of a big deal. Did you know this?
My wife got me a coffee mug that says that. So.
I mean, I was hanging out at Habersham yesterday, and I was talking to Jeff over at Habersham, and he's like, Mitch Steele's coming in? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, wow, that's really awesome. He's the guy. So you literally wrote the book on IPAs.
Yep.
You've been brewing IPAs for years. So, of course, New Realm just opened up here in Savannah, downtown. We'll get to all of that in a bit. But being an IPA guy like you are, I mean, in your opinion, just what makes a good IPA?
Oh, it depends on what kind of IPA we're talking about. But the first and foremost, any IPA has to have a really pronounced hoppy aromatic, whether it's citrusy, whether it's piney, whether it's juicy, whatever it is. If you don't have that really heavy hop character in the aroma and taste, it's not an IPA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you? I know you're more a traditionalist when it comes to the IPAs. Are you a fan of like the milkshakes and all these different variants we've been getting?
I have ones that I like better than others, but I like brewing them all. And so our best-selling beer is a hazy IPA. I'd never brewed one before we we started New Realm,
right?
Because they weren't really a thing in my last job. And so I love a traditional or a West Coast IPA, and I like hazies too if they're done well.
So when it comes to the book, you did write a book, IPA, Brewing Techniques, Recipes, and the Evolution of India Pale Ale. Did you really write this book, or is this like more of like a Donald Trump thing where he wrote the art of the deal and like
I wrote the book. It was funny. It was when I started this, I was with Stone Brewing Company, and Steve Wagner was my boss. He was the president. He was the original brewmaster of Stone, and we were going to write the book together. And so we divvied up the chapters. We created an outline. We did all the research and everything. And then Stone was growing like crazy. And at one point he came to me and said, "I just can't do it. I don't have the time to do it." He goes, "What do you want to do? Do you want to hire a ghostwriter to help you with it?" And I said, "You know what? I've got all the notes. Let me just take a crack at it."
Right.
And at about 6 months of sequestering myself at my computer over the weekends, I got it done.
That's incredible. He sounds like the absolute atypical high school project teammate. Someone who does like the bare minimum, and then at the end he's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry. Like, my dog died. Can you just cover the rest of the project?" I'm not trying to talk crap about Steve, but Steve, come on.
Yeah, no, I got it. I mean, we were trying to open a brewery in Europe and one in Virginia and everything else, and he was just getting pulled in a million different directions. And he said, "I'm just not going to be able to do this justice." And he gave me enough warning where I could get it done. So,
well, that's a plus. that is a definite plus.
So I used to live on the West Coast. I used to live in Las Vegas, and I visited Stone and Escondido many times, the downtown location in San Diego, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I've been there a bunch of times there as well. Now, obviously, you came from Stone. Arrogant Bastard is one of the, I think, beers that probably got me into craft beer, which is Stone. That's why I love Stone as much as I do. We reviewed 1,000 Stone beers. What is the biggest lesson you learned since you've moved on from Stone? I mean, you left in 2016 from Stone after spending quite a few years there.
Yeah.
Now you're with New Realm. You moved across the country. Obviously, culture shock, but let alone building from the ground up kind of a new brewery. What's the biggest lesson you've learned over that time from Stone to New Realm?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that I've learned how to listen to our customers and fans a little bit more, because Stone was always, if you don't like it, we don't care. It's not the beer for you, right? And I operated under that kind of mode for about 10 years, which was kind of cool, It's like, okay, we're going to brew this because we think it's cool,
Yeah.
And with New Realm, we take a little bit of a different approach. We have the restaurants, and we get feedback from people coming into the restaurants. We do test beers. We get the feedback. We decide whether there's something we want to continue brewing or not. And so it's much more back and forth.
Right.
And I think that works better for what we're doing at New Realm than if I had taken the Stone approach and said, we're going to brew double IPAs and that's it.
Right.
Has there been any sort of response from fans then that have surprised you, maybe took you in a different direction with the beer than you didn't expect?
Well, I think the biggest one was seltzers. Yeah. I mean, because we had people coming into our restaurants that just aren't beer drinkers. And, by Georgia law, all we can serve is stuff we make on premise.
Right.
And, we had people coming in asking for seltzers, and so we learned how to do them, and we made them. We've been making them for about 2 years. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. But what the heck?
Is there like an individual flavor that you're more proud of? Like, do you have a baby seltzer that you're like, this is mine, this is my favorite?
I like our blueberry acai seltzer. I can't even say
it's
it.
Fine.
But
it's a fancy workout person's term.
It's like right. But that's the one I like the best. And then we have a really good citrus one as well, which is probably my favorite because I can drink that over ice, and it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Now, of course, you've got the new locations just opening up downtown Savannah, 120 Whitaker Street in Savannah.
Yep.
Distillery and brewery. So you're doing both?
Yes.
What are you distilling at this new place?
So we're going to do mostly clear spirits here. So vodkas, gins. The distillery is a highly automated distillery with a vodka column, a gin basket. So we're gonna focus on that more than grain-based spirits.
Okay.
And we're going to look at doing grain-based spirits in Atlanta.
Okay.
We have a distiller's permit in Atlanta as well.
So do you have those available now, or are those upcoming? Okay.
Yeah, we have some of them available now, and we're gonna be ramping it up here after we get open.
And how lucky were you guys when this is the old Savannah Spirits building? So how lucky were you when you're like, they left all their stuff, and you're like, oh, cool, yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was here in town for a family visit, and Kerry Falcone, our CEO, called me up and said, "Hey, are you in Savannah right now?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, he asked me to go look at this building, and so I did, and as soon as I walked through it, I called him. I said, "Kerry, you need to get down here. You got to check this out." I mean, the building is beautiful. It's got a fully automated distillery in the back. It's crazy cool. And so he came down the next day, and next thing I know, we're working towards opening this place up.
That's awesome.
Now, something that Marshall asked you off air, will there be Savannah-specific beers eventually here in town?
Yeah, there will. I think each one of our restaurants and breweries will do a few beers that are specific to them, and may only be available in the local restaurants. So, yeah, I think that's important because brewers want to be creative. They want to do their own thing.
Yeah, and then one quick question before we hit the break, and I know with these exclusive beers, we just started as a morning show back March 1st, so we're not even 2 months old yet.
Congrats.
So thank you. Out of respect for us, can one of those beers be named after us?
Yeah.
Okay,
Why
he said
not?
yes. That's proof. He said yes, everyone. Everyone in the chat, please verify that is confirmed. We get a beer named after us at New Realm.
That was one of the most, yes, I'm just going to say this now and forget it later.
We have it on video.
I'm looking at your screen and seeing beer for breakfast and going, that's something we might be able to use.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
All right, more with Mitch Steele from New Realm. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Bring me the horizon. This is Teardrops.
Absolutely trapped you on that one, Nick. I got you good, man. Oh, that's great. Just let me know when you want us to come down.
We'll put you to work.
We'll help brew it. We will cultivate our baby together, and we can't wait. Cotter and Marshall Show beer. It's going to be great. All right, so here, next break, we'll try our very first beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
We got about 3 minutes.
Sorry, just looking at my questions real quick. Good. And
So how much beer do you usually take from each one?
I mean, we usually do like 4 ounces per beer or something like that. Something to the effect of that.
Okay.
We're not trying to get trashed or anything in the morning.
Okay.
Although we do this at the end of the show because Fridays, like usually as soon as the show ends, kind of our weekend starts. Mm-hmm. Like we don't really do much work after this.
No.
We usually just bounce and like we day drink.
Yeah, kind of a nice way to start the weekend.
But unfortunately, we do have meetings today at like noon and 3.
Cool. Okay.
So we're gonna lightly day drink today. So we're coming to New Realm at 11. We're gonna say we're having lunch.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna just drink a few beers.
Awesome.
Yeah. So kind of how we're rolling. Let's see. Someone's very excited about vodka at New Realm. I love it. New Realm beer for breakfast. Love it. I drink that as long as it's not seltzer. Fine. Okay.
It's not for everybody.
We'll make sure it's a beer.
It's not for everybody.
No, I love. Look, he's got the Malort. Mitch, have you ever had Malort before?
I have, yes.
You want to take a shot?
No, thanks. I do some work with the Cicerone program in Chicago, and one of their rituals after every day of hard work is to have a shot of Malort. Yeah, so it's kind of like.
Yeah, so I had a buddy of mine who was driving from New York all the way down to Georgia. He was swinging by Illinois. I'm like, dude, I know it's a weird request. Can you pick me up a bottle of Malort? Because we're eventually going to do a Malort reaction video.
Oh, nice.
Or some sort of prank Malort video of some sort. We just haven't gotten to it yet. We've been quite busy.
I think we're scared. It's been sitting in my office.
Yeah, I've had it since January. So yeah, it's been a few months. Probably should put that to use.
Yeah.
Maybe we can put it in our beer.
All right, got about 45 seconds.
It's the Cotter and Malort show. That's what I'll do. I'm going to skip work one day, and I'm just going to put a bottle right here from the live stream. And you can just react from the bottle. Cameron goes, lime of the party is amazing.
Oh, nice.
So,
Thank you.
Is that a beer or a seltzer?
It's a beer. It's a key lime goza. So it's got some salt and it's got a little bit of vanilla. It tastes like a key lime pie.
That does sound delicious.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites.
Is that on tap right now at New Rome?
I think it is.
Perfect.
Oh, if it is.
That's what I'll be having today.
All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out. It is Beer for Breakfast brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. You can check out some great live music this weekend. The Fractions playing tonight. Jupiter Coyote playing tomorrow. And in studio right now joining us, Beer for Breakfast from New Realm. We've got Mitch Steele. Of course, New Realm's got a brand new location to open up in Savannah. 120 Whitaker Street is downtown. It's 3 levels. You got beer, you got food, you've got the spirits as well. So super excited to get down there and check it out. But this is the portion of Beer for Breakfast where we actually have some beers for breakfast.
Awesome.
So what did you bring today?
So
very interested.
I brought a mix pack.
Okay.
This is our IPA mix pack, and we do one new mix pack every 3 months or so. So this is the one for the spring, and it's all IPAs, which is right up my alley. We've got 2 of our regular core beers in here, and then a couple of special beers.
Yeah.
And I thought we'd start off tasting Hazy Like a Fox because that's our best-selling beer.
Perfect. Well, I'll take one of those cans and I'll start pouring out. While we're doing that, I do have a question in regards to Hazy Like a Fox because I was watching a recent interview that you did. So you were talking about Hazy Like a Fox, and you said, I enthusiastically, with this beer, ran samples up to my coworkers. And the first comment I got from my sales manager was, it wasn't hazy enough. And then you responded, would you please taste the beer to your sales manager? We nailed it. I love the confidence you portray in this interview that you gave. Now that we obviously have your feelings when it comes to this beer, you feel like you nailed this beer. Once again, we are going to be tasting Hazy Like a Fox. I'm showing it on the live stream right now from New Realm. Would you like to call that person out? How about let's just get...
Well, he doesn't work for us anymore.
Okay,
but,
well, there's a reason why, huh?
No, he's with another brewery. He's doing good. He's a good guy. It was just one of those things where I was kind of poking him a little bit because, honestly, the haze, if you're going to brew a hazy IPA, the haze is important. Yeah. And that first little batch of beer, we totally nailed the flavor. We didn't nail the haze. And it's funny, as a lot of larger craft brewers have started to brew hazy IPAs, one of the common things that we all talk about is how do you get a stable haze? Mm-hmm. If you're working with a small brewery, some of these breweries that have been doing it since day one have really got it figured out. And all of us breweries that had learned how to make beer clear for all of our careers had to relearn everything, know.
So like taking the filter off.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you do it. Oh, it seems super easy. All right. Well, we grade beers very easily. We're the common man. We're the blue collar workers of beer reviewers. So it's pretty easy. We start off with a big old sniff.
Yep. Dude, the grapefruit right up front. I get a lot of that initially.
Great citrusy smell.
Yes,
absolutely.
Good.
Mitch, you could probably nerd out on us, but why don't you break it down, the smell profile of it for us? I'd love to hear it from you.
Yeah, so for me, I get a bit of orange juice, I get a lot of grapefruit, and I get some pineapple.
Okay.
And that's all coming from the hops. So
okay, beautiful.
Outstanding stuff. Holding it up to the light, it is slightly hazy. You know what? I think it could be a little bit more, but I would never say that. I would let your former sales manager say that, because we know how that turns out if you tell Mitch Steele how hazy things should be. But it is, I would say, slightly hazy. I'll hold it up to the camera
looks
here.
really good.
You guys can hit it. And then, of course,
we drink.
The third most important thing. Drink.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Woo-wee. Oh, man. That is delightful.
Yeah, I've been on a massive IPA kick recently. I'm just always looking for something. And I think I had this, maybe when you first came into Savannah with the beer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that is really good. I mean, you get the citrus, but it's also kind of light. It's not an overpowering. It's not kicking you in the mouth. I'm not growing hair on my tongue after drinking it.
Right.
It's just a nice, delicious beer.
And it comes in at 6.5% alcohol, so it's not one of these things that you can just run around all day with, but you could definitely have a good time.
I've seen people do that. Yeah. For me, what makes this beer work, besides the hop flavors, is just the fact that it's very balanced. There's not a real heavy like West Coast IPA bitterness to it. It's just balanced.
Well, let's go ahead and grade it out then. So, Cotter, on the beer scale of supremacy, which we put on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you give New Realm Brewing Company's Hazy Like a Fox IPA coming at a 6.5% alcohol?
Like I said, been on a big IPA kick lately. This one hits the spot very much so. I'm going to give 4.25. I mean, this is just a really solid beer. The nose of it, the taste of it, it is like balanced. It's a perfect description of it. It is a well-balanced IPA.
I love the nose of it. I also just love the balance of the pineapple, the orange juice, the grapefruits. I don't know if that's just more of the citrus stuff, all from the hops. I mean, for me, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3.9. I really, really do enjoy Hazy Like a Fox. Mitch, I know it's your baby, but we're going to also ask you to grade it out on the beer scale of supremacy. What would you give your own beer?
Should I give it a 5?
If you want, go for it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give it a 4.5.
All right. Very, very courteous. We do have a question on the chat real quick I want you to answer. Rhett asks, what is the most outlandish beer or ingredient you have ever used to brew beer or heard of being used in a beer?
Cannabis.
Okay.
There's been several in Colorado that's been doing that, right?
Yeah,
they use the cannabis in a beer.
There's some people in California working on it too.
Okay.
It's not like dudes like smoking joints and like popping them into the vest.
Yeah. Well, I remember homebrewers doing that. So
maybe this will make it taste good.
All right, so let's take another quick break. We'll come back. He brought a variety pack. I think it would be a crime not to try a variety.
Well,
of
yeah.
beers. So we're going to do that.
It'd be rude of us.
It would be very rude. So more with Mitch Steele coming up. This is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I did bring 2 other beers, special beers. So.
Let's do a special beer then.
Let's do a special one. Yeah.
So Aaron asks, what makes a beer a 5? I guess I can. When a beer makes me tingle on the inside, when I look at a beer and it excites me just by reading the label, when the taste profile is something that, for me, because beer is obviously, it's specific to each person. Some people like IPAs, seltzers, whatever it is, whatever the beer profile is. For me personally, when a beer just hits, that's when it makes it a 5, and I've rarely given out 5s. Actually, I've only given out 2.
Okay. And they're the most random 5s ever.
Well, no, I don't think they're the most random. I've given them to the godfathers of beer, the Mount Rushmores of beer. When you think of the absolute classics that began beer, I gave 5s to, and I do not feel bad about it.
I think that's fair.
And once again, these are my personal ones. You may feel differently, Mitch. I gave a 5 to Guinness.
Okay.
5 out of 5 for Guinness. I mean, once again, a godfather of the beer realm. But also, I gave a 5 to PBR.
Okay.
And I know that may sound weird, but PBR is like my dad. I mean, it's just like, it's always there for me.
Yeah.
It'll pick me up when I'm down. It's cheap. I don't have to waste a ton of money on it. And it's just decent. It's good. It's great. I don't know. That's the best way to explain PBR because it's everything.
And we were hanging out. So there's a bar downtown, Pinky Masters, if you've heard of. So, I mean, a dive bar, famous dive bar in Savannah. At one point in time, this was supposedly the final day of Pinky's. So it was closing. So we went down there, did our show there. So, I mean, you're in that environment. You got the PBR, which makes sense for Pinky's. I get it. I understand.
Yeah, I gave it. Have you given out any 5s?
I have not. I don't think I've given out a 5 on the show. It's like we review. I mean, so we've only been doing the morning show since March, but we've been doing a show together for 7 years. So we've done a beer review for 7 years. So we've reviewed so many beers. It's like I'm always skeptical to go 5 just because it's, I don't know. It's such a high mark, you know. So I don't know. I've never. It's hard for me to go 5.
Yeah, you know, as a brewer, you know, when we judge beers, we tend to use a scoring scale too, and nobody gives the highest score ever.
Yeah.
The beer could be perfect, but you always want to reserve a little bit of cushion.
Yeah.
So, and just in case something comes along that.
I mean, I think even on like my Untapped thing, I think I've only given like 2 or 3 5s. I mean, Mexican Cake is my all-time favorite beer.
Okay.
I love Mexican Cake, and that got a 5. And then I think I gave a 5 to Funky Buddha beer. They're like maybe one of their breakfast stouts. Obviously,
Talking about the maple bacon coffee.
I don't even
porter?
think it was that. I think it was like they had another just a breakfast stout. I think.
Oh, sure.
And yeah. So, but yeah, it's so, I don't know. It's so weird to give a 5. You know, to me.
It's hard to give out, but I mean, when I think of like the Mount Rushmores of beer, me growing up, I'm 38. Guinness, and PBR. And I mean, there's some other ones, but I just have I don't know, probably because I haven't reviewed them.
Yeah.
But I mean, like if you think like growing up, I drank Miller Lights, Coors Lights, Bud Lights, and I don't know, depending on the nostalgia factor, I could put them up there, but I just haven't yet. But Guinness and PBR, they hit it.
Do you have like, is there a go-to, not cheaper beer, but I mean, go-to, cheaper beer that you'll enjoy?
Well, so I used to drink a lot of hams when I was in college.
Okay.
That's kind of my gig. My dad was an Olympia drinker.
Okay.
And so I like those kind of beers, especially when it's hot out, and they're great.
Yeah. There's a bar, Lone Wolf Lounge. Downtown or not downtown, the Starland District. The Hams is one of their big beers they serve.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll have to check that out. It's been a while since I've had a Hams.
It's an old school kind of just bar vibe.
Okay.
It's very cool. It's kind of tiny. It's on the corner. But yeah, Hams is one of the beers they serve there.
Nice.
Yeah, on the chat, someone said, Marshall, you forgot Natty Light. I didn't forget it. let's make that. I don't know. I even at that young age, I was like, I'm better than Natty Light.
So what made you want to get into brewing? I said you did some home brewing and stuff like that. What was the leap from home brewing to this is what I want to do?
So actually, I studied brewing science in college, and I was at college, University of California of Davis, and I was looking at being a pre-vet major, and I needed to take a class, and somebody recommended taking Intro to Winemaking.
Okay.
And I took this class and just fell in love with it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is what I want to do. And then I learned there was a brewing program at UC Davis, and I said, oh no, this is what I want to do. So I just jumped into it, with both feet.
Are you a wine guy at all? Do you like?
Not so much anymore. I kind of took a break from it. No, she likes cocktails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Alley Cat Lounge.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I was going to say, that's the spot for you. Five Oaks Tap Room as well.
Okay.
Those are great places to take the wife if she loves cocktails.
That's funny.
All right. How much time we at?
We've got about 4 minutes. We got one song we're going to hit, and then we'll come out of that. And then which one do we want to try? We got a...
So this is a biggie. This is a triple. These are both really high alcohol beers.
Right.
So this is a triple IPA, and this is an imperial stout aged in rye barrels.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got the other three beers in here.
Marshall, what do you think?
Ooh, well, we can really do one because we drink more than one. We're just alcoholics at this point, and we do have to do 2 breaks more from the show. Radicast triple IPA. Massive and fruity hop flavor. Oh, there's the bottle. The bottle one seems so special. Those are like the Let's do that one. Let's just do that one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Team vote. Team
I'm
vote.
fine
All
with that.
voting for
You got
that
a bottle
one?
opener? You need one? Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Charles Taylor says nothing like a cold Miller in the bottle, champagne of beers.
Dude, Miller High Life, and High Life Light are my go-to, old schooler kind of cheaper beers.
Yeah. Wayne says to try the triple. Sorry, you were outvoted, Wayne. Maybe next time, buddy.
Oh, it's Wayne. Okay.
We're going.
Wayne.
We're going with. Let's see. New Realms Wooded Reserve. It's a barrel-aged series Russian Imperial Stout called the Doomsday Hound.
I think, Wayne, is this the beer? This might be the beer because when you came in, you each gifted Marshall and I a beer. I think that's one of the ones you gifted me. I think I have that in my fridge at home.
It's a killer bottle.
I haven't tried it yet, though. All right, so we got about 2.5 minutes.
Looks outstanding. All right, well, while we have a minute here, because I know we're going to be reviewing the beer for the majority of the break, I have a question that I have here from you from just Googling you, watching your interviews, hanging out with you yesterday. So according to Google, this is crazy, and tell me if it's true or not. You have 50,000 song music collection. Now, is this a collection that you've curated, that you've created? Because apparently you are a musician. It says online that you've
a hobbyist. Yes.
So do you have 50,000 unique Mitch Steele songs that are just sitting somewhere? And why can't I find any of them?
No, it's not me. It's just my music collection.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, it's
So when they stated it, I sounded like, wait a minute.
He's wrote 50,000 songs.
Oh, gosh, no.
You have 50,000 songs that you've just never released.
Those aren't mine. No, it's just that was just a comment about my iPod.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Do you listen to music while brewing?
Yeah, I try to.
You got a kind of go-to vibe or playlist, or is it just whatever?
I tend to go with kind of mellow when I'm brewing, J.J. Cale or Grateful Dead or something like that, But every once in a while, our team in Virginia Beach throws on a mix. One day I walked in there and they were playing disco music, and the next day it was heavy metal. So,
nice. Okay.
When it comes to like brewing beers, do you think certain beers get vibes from music? Like you've seen like the movies where they put headphones on like the pregnant lady's stomach. Yeah. Have you ever thought about just putting a pair of headphones on a beer? Like, get this vibe. Like, soak in this vibe beer.
We like to say it does. I don't know if it does, but, we think the music's important in the brewery. So.
Okay. Yeah, I just wonder sometimes if, like, you're like, I want this beer to be really chill. And you're just like, wait, throw on the Grateful Dead right now. Throw it on. Throw it on. This beer needs to be so chill right now. Throw on some 311.
All right, we got about 30 seconds.
Hey, Rhett, great question on the stream. And guys, of course, if you guys ever have questions for our guests, drop them in the stream. And if they're not absolutely horrific, I will definitely ask that.
All right, guys, be right back. Thanks for hanging out on air and on the stream. As always, you can get the stream Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
I'm Vanna White over here just showing off this beer right now.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right, a beer for breakfast brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Live music this weekend from the Fractions tonight. Jupiter Coyote tomorrow. Going down at Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. We are joined by Mitch Steele of New Realm. Of course, New Realm's got a brand new location here in Savannah, 120 Whitaker Street. You guys are officially open at 11 o'clock each day for lunch. Marshall and I are heading that way today for lunch after the show. What do you recommend on the menu? First trip in, what do you think we should get?
I think one of our signature dishes is our mac and cheese.
Oh.
It's really good. It's got a lot of cheeses in it, and then the kicker is that we put a Belgian candy syrup glaze over the top and then crisp it all up. So it's got a little bit of caramely sweetness, and it's pretty amazing.
Okay, I'll be ordering 7 of those.
Oh, my Lord. That sounds delicious.
That's more than delicious. That sounds like it's addictive.
Oh, man. Okay, we know what we're getting now when we go to New Realm today. All right, so we've got another beer. What did we bring in here? Marshall, what is it? What do we got?
We have, I guess I'll describe it.
Yeah.
It's New Realm Brewing Company's Wooded Reserve Barrel Aged Series Russian Imperial Stout entitled Doomsday Hound.
Yeah. That sounds fantastic. Is there a story behind this beer? Or
well, we've been brewing Doomsday Hound since the first year we opened.
Okay.
And as soon as we brewed the first batch, we said, okay, we got to put some of this in barrels. And so we've been barrel aging it in different barrels over the years. And this batch was aged in Templeton rye barrels.
Okay.
Which really worked well for it.
Okay.
I thought it was just a fantastic combination. And it's cool to age beer in barrels, spirit barrels, because you get the flavors of the spirits seeping into the beer and the oak and everything.
And the most important part is it comes in at 13.9% alcohol. 13, almost 14%.
He's not playing around with this beer.
This is a beer that you need to be at home drinking. This is not an out and about beer. This is a.
So let's drink it here in the studio.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start the review. Then let's take a big sniff.
All right, so with the nose, you get I get a lot of the barrel, and not in a bad way where it's just a liquor smell. I mean, it's the smell of the barrel to me. That rye barrel really comes through.
It's sweet and almost like a licorice, right?
Yeah, licorice is a good one. Yeah.
Oh, that smells really, really good, man.
All right, let's hold it up to the light here. Black as midnight. I mean, what you want with a thing called Doomsday Hound? I mean, you can't see through it. It's like motor oil over here.
All right, let's drink. Cheers, man. Mitch, thank you so much.
Cheers,
man.
Mitch. Cheers.
So good.
Ooh, baby.
That
Good
is
Lord.
Way smoother than it should be for a 13, almost 14% beer. It's like my thing with barrel aged is like sometimes you just get too much of the barrel. So it's like finding that perfect balance, kind of like what you're using with the IPA. There is really good balance with this beer because the stout end of it comes through and you get the barrel end of it, but neither is overpowering.
And a lot of times when you have a stout like this, aged in barrels, like a lot of times all the carbonation is absolutely killed from it. Like, right? I feel like there's a little carbonation still in this, right?
There is a little bit.
There's a little pop, little fizzy on my tongue there at the end. I actually really do enjoy that because a lot of times when you drink barrel aged beers, they pour out like just smooth. There's nothing. Like I said, it pour out like motor oil, but this has like a little fizz to it, which you don't see because it's just so black as night in there. But the taste is excellent. I mean, a little bit of chocolate in there. Mm-hmm. I mean, this thing pours out really, really smooth. This turned out really well. Now, Templeton Rye Barrels that's just rye whiskey, right?
Yes.
Sorry, dumb question.
Rye whiskey,
guy.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha, man. What do you have to say about this beer? I mean, when someone picks this up, if I pick this up, big dumb guy, when it comes to beer, I mean, like, how would you sell me on it?
Well, we do 4 to 5 barrel aged releases every year. This is the best one of this year.
Okay, well, it's sold immediately. Mitch Steele says that best one. I sold. I'll take that, please. Thank you.
So on the beer scale of Supremacy, Marshall, 1 out of 5, what are you giving this?
Cotter, I really like this.
It's
one.
really
this
good.
Is, and maybe it's just the high amount of alcohol. It hit me all at once at 13.9%. I'm gonna give this one a 4.1. I mean, I really do enjoy this beer. I mean, coming out the way it did, still having a bit of that carbonation, that smell of licorice, the taste of chocolate. I mean, it hit on a lot of levels for me.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go higher than the IPA. I'm going to go 4.35 because, like I said, I mean, it's tough to find, at least for me, one of those really good barrel-aged beers because typically there's too much barrel for me. The balance on this is perfect. The flavor is there. The barrel is nice. Dude, just great work on this beer.
You should have you should have it on the side of the bottle. Perfect amount of barrel.
That's a selling point.
Yeah, hopefully our social media folks are listening so they can use that phrase.
All right, so what about you, Mitch? What do you think?
Oh, I love this beer. Yeah. This is one of my favorites, and because it's so strong, I drink them rarely. Yeah. But this is one I really enjoy.
But only in the morning.
Only in the morning. Yeah. This is one of those breakfast beers, and I'm gonna go 4.3.
Yeah,
this.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, this is a really good beer. Well, Mitch, thank you so much for stopping by. It was It was an honor to have you in studio. We were super excited when we heard New Realm was coming to town. Excited to check it out tonight. Or today for lunch. Anything else that we need to know about what you guys got coming up, brewery-wise, Savannah-wise, anything you're working on?
Yeah. Savannah is just gearing up and getting open. We're excited as can be to be here. All of us at New Realm love this town. And we're opening a brewery in the Charleston area next month.
Do you sleep?
No.
Okay. No.
Mitch is going worldwide. Yeah. Virginia, Georgia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the restaurants do really well for us. And if we find a site that's going to work for us, then we explore it, and see if we can make something out of it.
And was that the plan from the get-go? We're going to expand, or was it just kind of like, hey, we can do this?
We wanted to be in most of the Southeast states. Okay. And we have a rule at New Realm that if we're not brewing in the state, we're not going to sell our beer there.
Oh, wow.
And so, the plan was always to open, in North Carolina, South Carolina, maybe Tennessee, maybe Florida. And so, we're always looking at opportunities, and we found a couple of really good ones this year. So.
Nice. Excellent. All right, Mitch, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
You guys get a chance, head on down to New Realm. Of course, you can find a lot of their beer just at Habersham or your local liquor store, so be sure to check it out. Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. More with Cotter and Marshall coming up next. Rock 106.1.
We actually have someone on the chat who goes, I'm moving to Maryland someday. He goes, I hope you come to Maryland. So, just a heads up. Maybe start looking in the Baltimore area.
We may get close. I don't know if we're going to actually make it into Maryland, but Northern Virginia is definitely on our radar.
Excellent. All right, Mitch. Well, we got 2 more things that you have to do.
Okay.
We have to put you to work. First and foremost, you have to sign our chalkboard wall. As you can see, we've had lots of our friendly beer people stop by.
Oh, cool.
Everyone from our friends at Scofflaw, to the Wingmen, who have their own beer over at Coastal Empire, Hodge at
Wayne
Southern Barrel Brewing Company,
Wayne from Beer Label Society.
Yeah, nice.
Smith from Southbound's been up there. So we plan on filling this wall up with everyone.
So
pick a spot, and then I'm going to grab someone to take a picture with us.
Okay. What to write? It's always hard.
Agreed. All right. So we'll throw this up on our Instagram. Do you have an Instagram handle, like a specific one, or you just want me to tag New Realm? Or?
You can tag New Realm, and then I'm Mitch Hop Tripper.
Gotcha. Same as your Twitter handle there?
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly the
Awesome.
same.
This real quick.
Yeah, come close to me.
I like the
I'm
packaging.
vaccinated.
I like your shirt too.
Thank you.
We like to cross my arms here because I'm like in a 90s b-boy band.
1, 2, 3. Done.
Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Mac.
Welcome.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Feel free to
Thank-
hang out if you
thank
want.
you.
If not, we're
I got to go back to the brewery and work.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, I'll look for you guys.
Yeah,
if you're there.
we're gonna leave here about 10:30 and head down.
Okay, cool.
So we'll be there by
Yeah.
about 11.
I'll pop out and say hi.
Cool.
I'm going to leave these for you, so
I
you
won't
can
argue.
enjoy.
Sir, it was a pleasure.
Same
Thank you
here.
so much, man. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
I appreciate
We're
you
gonna
having
drag
me
you
on.
in here again, just so you know, this isn't a
Okay.
one-time thing.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Now you're a
Deal.
recurring guest.
Okay.
Now you came once. Whenever we call you, you just have to come.
Okay, deal.
That's kind of how that goes.
As long as it's on a Friday. all
It's
the
every
time.
Friday.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah,
Friday at
that'll
9.
work. Yeah,
That's
that
how
way I
it
can
works.
spend the weekend here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
All
man.
right.
Appreciate it.
It's gin day. It's gin day.
Ooh, that is tasty.
Oh, sorry guys, we just left you.
Oh yeah, we just ditched all of you.
You're like our small children. We just left.
We
in
just
the,
ignored you. All right, so technically we've only got one break left because we were running over so much with that last one. I had to.
Oh, that's fine.
I had to kill a break, so we're to the last break of the show. After
Let's
this
not
song.
even do Marshall's music news. Let's just
wrap it up.
Yeah, let's just
it's
wrap
fine.
it up.
Mitch Steele, cool as hell,
Dude, he's awesome.
super cool guy.
Yeah, like so on Google there was like Mitch Steele, a renowned not like a renowned musician,
Right.
but he said he was a musician, that he's played in bands. Actually, it should be known that Steele has a 50,000 song music collection as a guitar rocking band member himself. So I read that as in like he has 50,000
songs.
50,000 songs that he's never released. I actually Googled like Mitch Steele bands,
Right.
Mitch Steele music. I wanted to hear the music that he created.
Okay, yeah. He brews some of the best beer and has mysteriously written 50,000 songs. He is a Renaissance man.
Yeah. Which is so crazy. Like his Google, like, he doesn't have a Wikipedia page that I could find, but he actually had if you just Google the name Mitch Steele with an E, the first thing that comes up,
porn.
It states, Mitch Steele is a true Renaissance man, widely respected for his award-winning talent brewing great innovative beer for just the right time, and then parentheses, and times. And then it talks about how he authored the book, IPA, brewing techniques, yada, yada, yada. Dude is a genius when it comes to this stuff. I mean, he is so well known. He's probably the biggest guest we may ever have for Beer for Breakfast.
Yeah. Just
when it comes to like the overall brewmaster side. I mean, this dude has done the gamut.
Yeah.
And he's great on the mic. I mean,
he's really good.
He's really good.
No, it's funny because, I mean, you know, we had talked to people, you know, and brought up his name, and it was legit. Oh, Mitch, it's a big deal. Mm-hmm. I mean, when Jeff did that yesterday, for whatever reason, when he did that, I was like, holy crap, you know, this is a big deal. So, yeah, cool guy, though. I don't think he realizes what a big deal he is.
Yeah. He's very cool, man.
Yeah.
Seems like a big time, like, family guy.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to Jennifer Abshire from Abshire Media for making that work as well. Once I reached out to the guys at the brewery, they kind of connected me with her, and then connected me with Mitch. So
cool.
Thanks to everyone, including you, Wayne, for making that happen, getting Mitch in studio with us. Very, very cool stuff. We do appreciate that. Thanks for everyone for sticking around today, hanging out with us on the stream. Super cool that you guys are doing that. Especially now that we're drinking 13.9% alcohol.
Is there more left in there?
Yeah. You want some?
Yes, I do.
All right, so last break here. We got a couple minutes away, right? Yeah.
We're 30 seconds away.
Oh, what do you want to hit on? Monday, everyone has a homework assignment. Watch Mortal Kombat.
Watch Mortal Kombat, Drunk Line, Big Money
Drunk
Monday.
Line, UFC tomorrow night if you're looking for something to do because it's going to be all rainy and shitty outside.
Yeah.
Oh, and big thanks to our art guy, Brendan Bresnan.
That was
for
awesome.
Literally putting this Mortal Kombat thing together last second. Thank you for putting the ice penis over Cotter's screen.
Oh, so good.
I didn't know that was going to happen, but when he sent that, it's just, nope. Yeah, lower. Put it like right at the mic level.
Oh, hold on, we got to do a break. And the show falls apart within the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, Cotter was trying to stroke something. It did not work well.
Didn't work well. That's what you get, man. That's what you get. Cotter and Marshall Show. Big thanks to Mitch Steele from New Realm. Such a big deal in the beer world. Such a cool guy.
Yeah, he doesn't and we were talking. He doesn't know that he's that cool.
No.
Mitch is so cool, he doesn't know he's cool, and that's the coolest thing about him.
Yeah, so big thanks to Mitch for stopping by. Big thanks to everybody just hanging out today on a Friday. Don't forget, stuff to do over the weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody watch Mortal Kombat.
No, it's not stuff to do. That's your homework assignment.
Yeah.
The homework assignment, everyone watches Mortal Kombat, and then we're going to review it together on the show Monday morning.
All right, Drunk Line is open all weekend as well, so if you have a few beverages, give us a call, 800-394-1061. Leave us that voicemail. We'll play back the best calls on Monday.
And don't forget about Big Money Monday. You can text us right now, just so it's already in there. Text us 1-800-394-1061. Your first name and then a number between 1 and 9. Then we randomly select one of you. We roll our bingo machine that costs us $18 from Amazon. And then if you win, or if your number shows up, you win a $50 Visa gift card.
All right, we're heading off to New Realm to enjoy lunch. So have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, Clean Marine, where are we supposed to watch MK? Mortal Kombat is on HBO Max or movie theaters. You can actually get a 7-day free trial, I believe, of HBO Max.
I thought that. I wasn't able to find it, so I now pay for HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
But it might be there. I mean, it might be there.
Pay $15 and watch it at home or go see it in the movie theater.
Yeah, there's no contracts. You can cancel whenever you want.
Or if you're, savvy with certain items like Fire Sticks, then I'm pretty sure you can watch it for free.
That is a thing. Oh, that beer is good.
It is really good. Once again, thanks for Mitch coming in. And then that IPA seasonal pack he was talking about, we didn't put it on camera, but I'll put it on camera now. This is what you'll find in stores. 4 different IPAs. The Hazy Like a Fox, which is
it's really
that
good,
one
guys.
right there.
Really good.
That's the one we tried right there. Very good. And it's so good that Mitch fired a guy for saying that it wasn't hazy enough.
I'm really excited to try the black IPA. It's hard to find.
Is it really?
Well, it's hard that style of beer because once again, what's the brewery? God dang it, Back in Black IPA by the brewery it's like Independence, Liberty. It's all kind of presidentially kind of stuff. They do like the watermelon. I know I'm not helping at all.
21st Amendment.
21st Amendment. Thank you. They used to do Back in Black IPA, which was one of my favorite beers.
Mm-hmm.
Ran into the 21st Amendment guy at an event. I'm like, dude, what happened to the Back in Black? It was so good. And he's like, don't make it anymore. Like, son of a bitch.
Crazy.
So it's hard to find, man. But so I'm excited to see a black IPA in there.
All right, so guys, here's the deal. Have yourselves a great weekend. Homework assignment, watch Mortal Kombat. UFC 261 tomorrow night.
Yep.
3 title fights.
That's crazy.
And in case you want to go out and watch it, Draft Room at Berwick, which is someone who sponsors our radio station, which we love. No cover, ever.
Yeah.
So you can just walk right in and watch the UFC fights tomorrow night. Prelims start at 8, main fights start at 10 o'clock. It'll go till midnight, if not later. But it should be a fun night of watching UFC. I think I'm going to go out there and watch the fights possibly.
Nice. And if you are a fan of Letterkenny, hosting trivia tonight at Coastal Empire Beer Company.
What time does that start?
It starts at 7. Sign up starts around 6:30. I'll get there 6 to start drinking.
It's all part of the job, guys.
I'm telling you.
All right. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you Monday at 6 a.m. See you guys.